all from your 9 o'clock chant, okay? And I'm not going to be on here for hours and hours explaining something so simple. Like, it's not like that claim that they love Bible but have done nothing, all right? None of them supported me ever, all right? So, and guess what? I thought, just like you did, I thought that they wanted the master teacher home. I thought they were concerned about his life. I thought they cared about his incarceration and that they were compassionate. Nagaru, Nagaru. But unfortunately, they are not. Okay, I've watched them and I've been around these people. I was in Athens, Georgia, and I've been around them for years. So what I did today was I said, let me put up a few things. Let me also put up a few letters that was written to me from the master teacher. So that way you can hear it from his pen. You can see it from my experience. And you can see it from the pictures, okay? And in my pictures, there are Sabaeans there with me, all right? So don't let these people in this tribe tell you that I'm full of it and that I'm lying. I know they're full of it and that they don't care about Baba, because when I needed the help, people like this person, Tashaka Malik El Kush, a.k.a. Mike Turner, him and Sakina were doing their best to make sure that I got no support from the family. All right? All they did was slander my name, lie, make up stuff, hate on me, and act like I don't have nothing to do with the master teacher trying to fight for his freedom for him to come out. So all these pictures today, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to name them. And guess what, Sakina? A.K.A. Patricia Lewis, you and that fake freaking lawyer Tucker, you better tell the family what y'all did with all that money. Because guess what? I got an entourage of people that are sick of your freaking crap, and they're tired of the garbage and the games, and they want their freaking money back. All right? So bring it with your ugly self. Bring it. Because I know what you are. You can pretend with the family. You can go to that freaking dance around in circles. You look like you got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana peel. You are on your way out of here. Because guess what? You got to go to sleep. Now let me finish what I was saying. So I'm going to get into all these pictures and let y'all understand who these people are. What did I do? I got paperwork, documents, to prove what I'm saying is the truth. I also put on my channel letters. I counted the letters to show y'all that I was in communication with the master teacher. See, I'm going to tell you something, though, about devils. No matter what you say, no matter what you prove, they're going to try their best to discredit the truth, okay? And, I got something for this brother, too, because he had his sister come live saying that she wasn't raped. Okay, so you're trying to call the master teacher a liar. I'm going to straighten that out too, all right? So we're going to get into it today. We are going to get into it today. Now, before I begin, I would like to read the Patatuk called The Scheme. Now, as you know, this was a Patatuk that was written, and for whatever reason, these devils did not print it. And after I read it, you should understand why. It says, the scheme, chapter 57, verses 1 through 45. 9 times 5 is 45. Lo, why do the Canaanites, Kephiu, become confused and enraged, even angered, and think all kinds of evil thoughts? These once rulers of earth for 6,000 years have made themselves to be the gods of other races. These Kakasu Caucasoids have ruled for over 6,000 years from the birth of Canaan. They came together as Celtic Wiccan. They came together as Celtic Wiccan, as Druids, as Satanists, as sorceries, as witches, as clan members, warlocks, frat clubs, Satanists, sorceries, witches, clan members, warlocks, frat clubs, preachers, of clergy of Mesopotamia, religious groups, lizards, liar of lies, deceivers of deceivers, and they plotted and planned and schemed evil actions. They schemed against your Warner and Parmesan's daughter, Amunavare of Kakta Zetri, and against those of you who are devoted to him. They send me black devils inside Nuwapu and let them pretend to be one of them. Report back to us their workings so that we may separate them and cause them to turn against his own. Let us separate them. Let us block them, their spread of Nuwapu religion, and not speak Nuwapic and not accept Patadak. Let us prevent their salvation. Let us prevent their redemption. Let us prevent them. Let us prevent their rebirth. Let us prevent their exodus from this planet back to Sabatat, to Sa'at, on to Rizq. Yet, their evil rule has ended in the year 2000. Their 6,000 years of power and authority is over. They will fail at this evil task. They themselves will not stay together. The black devil they chose will not support each other nor stay together. Their guilt will overtake each and every one of them. They will not stay together. The black devil they chose will not support each other nor stay together. Their guilt will overtake each of them. Their lives will rise and fall. They will only have temporary joy. Their love lives will fail. They will not find true love. Their wealth will fail. They will not keep steadfast jobs. They will think they are progressing, yet in time they will fail. They lost their.
Them folks about they think my account. What? They think my account is automated. The fuck?
I was thinking about that yesterday when I kept cutting off the live. Maybe if you get on and speak a little and then go into the recording.
I do that. I did that last night.
You started it while it was playing.
They doing that because I had it on another account on my phone. Could have just logged me out the other phone. Talking about, so if you don't want your account to be disabled, there's plenty of people that got their accounts on multiple phones. If it wasn't like that, they wouldn't let people do that. They talk so you can't be using no third party automation. But what?
Every time you started the live, they cut it, but you weren't speaking. It wasn't until you started to talk and you went into the recording that it didn't do that.
I heard what you said. I'm telling you why they just did that. Because they just locked me out the other phone.
Until they return to Wunuwapu if they are wise. With a sad life to try and live. You cannot hurt an startle and it ends at that. They have a life of pain. They have a life of sickness, disease, accidents, deaths, and mishaps. They live in fear of distrust, doubt, and dread accusations, mistrust. They are in a state of alarm, unpleasant emotions caused by harm and danger. All of this is upon them for their evil actions they did against Nuwapians, their own race of Negroids, to help the Caucasoids in their scheme against Nuwapu and their schemes against the Holy Land, Egypt, and Tamaray the West. They helped to do a shameful thing, an evil thing. Hold on. They helped to do a shameful thing, an evil thing, a dreadful thing, and will live cursed for the rest of their lives. For what they did to their own souls and families. What a dreadful way to live. Cursed be all those who plotted, planned, and schemed on Nuwapians, Nuwapu, and Nuwapians. Damned is the soul and the spirits to all who took part in the plot and scheme against the Warner. Hold on. Cursed be all those who plotted, planned, and schemed on Nuwapu, Nuwapians. Damned is the souls and spirits be to all who took part in the plot and scheme on the Warner Negroid race and those who plot and those who accepted Wunuwapu. Palmanzal and his daughter, Munababra and Kakta Zeti. How sad it be the day they die. and no relatives, only evil specters whom they chose to assist while they live. And they will speak to them with joy and laughter. Are these the ones who delivered the warner, Parmenzal, into the hands of the cursed devil or Celtic Wiccans to imprison him, to prevent his work, to destroy his holy land, Tom Mayore? Then they celebrated and had much rejoice for such evil actions. Woe unto them in this life and the one to come. They will not find joy in the next life, only tormenting, pain, suffering, as they cause the warner and those who stay beside him. The evil devil awaits them. The day they die will be the worst day for them. When you see these devils, just smile as you pass. Only those of them who return will be saved. But those who remain outside of Wu Sabat, no one or nothing can save their souls. It was a great and evil thing that they helped the devil do, and they will suffer greatly for it in the world to come. Okay, so we got 43 people in the chat, and I'm pretty sure there's others listening. So let me get into it. Now, this is me, Taba Jet. As you can see, that's Sia Ahmed right there. And that garb she got on, I gave her. She did not have garbs when I met her, okay? That's Rimpet Shepsis Amunet right there. On the right of me with the orange, that's me with the yellow and the turquoise blue. That's Sia Amunet. That's Mufida right there. That's her mate, Mad Ray. That's the brother Sincere, Insincere Ray. That's that brother, LaFrank right there. That's Amuna Hannibal. Amuna Hanebu, that's Sia Ahmed's mate. That's attorney Robert Siriani Jr., and that's his mother right there, Francesca Siriani. That's his partner, Jamie Halscott. That's Hutep, him, Tepi Amun. That's the brother Rahotep. That's the sister Shaqui. That's the sister Kafri. That's the sister Anakat Sachat Ray and her mate. And that's the sister Shaqui's mate. I forgot his name. Good brother, stand-up brother from Trinidad, but his mate started hating on me. And these are the family members that I invited to the Brownstone Law Firm. Now, this took place in 2014, and I invited them all down, and this brother right here, Insincere Ray, would take my recordings and give it back to the clan mother. He was pretending he was working with me, but he was secretly working with the other side. Okay? And trust me, don't think that because a person give you money, because a person show you love, or because a person say that they feel a certain way, that does not mean anything. The master teacher taught me, he said, devils will give their money. So don't let the money fool you, family. Okay? This is me at the Brownstone Law Firm. Okay? This is me in Liberia. I'm going to get to that later. All right? This is me with Congressman John Conyers. This is him right here. He's a well stand-up brother that set out, who launched an investigation on 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. And guess what, y'all? Who is my #1 enemy? This chick right here. She called the Brownstone Law Firm with Tucker and told them to cease and desist. Okay? She is the main gatekeeper blocking Baba from coming home. Now, let me read you something, because I put it on the wall for a reason so y'all can read it. Hold on, let me get the flashlight in case y'all can't see. Okay? Now, hold on, that's going to be in the way. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, check this out. Now, this is Congressman Hank Johnson. That's me. My garb is a little big, but a beautiful sister gave it to me and I wore it. And this brother is the head of all Masons in the United States of America. And this brother is also a part of the Masonic Lodge. That is Mr. Eric C. Hubby. This is the man that worked with me for so many years, y'all. And he prevented that facility from assassinating the master teacher. Okay? And that's Hank Johnson. That's the person who y'all heard Baba say for me to get in contact with him, because Fatima York, here she go right here with me. Let me show y'all this picture. This is us in Washington, D.C. That's Zanitra, who they call Saint Zanitra. She's gone. And I'm going to tell y'all why they call her Saint Zanitra. That's Fatima York right there, playing me close. And that's the sister Saada. All right? So now what she did, Fatima York, was Fatima York Charles Mallory and Secretary Nippy, they falsified documents to the congressman to say that Baba was not a diplomat. Okay? All right, Maratwi, I see you deleting people's messages. Let people speak their mind, just as long as it is not disrespectful, sis. But it's okay. Anyway, so now this congressman was working with the embassy of Liberia to help get Baba repatriated, and they stopped it. Now I'm going to show you something. Hold on, I got to bend down a little bit because I didn't have enough room on the wall so y'all can see everything. Okay. As you can see, the date is April the 14th. It says from the Brownstone Law Firm. It says the Honorable Hank Johnson, United States House of Representatives, 2240 Rayburn, Washington, D.C. Read, diplomatic status of Dr. Malachi York. Dear Congressman Johnson, this firm has the privilege of representing Dr. Malachi York. Ms. Noma Dwight York, Dr. York, is a citizen of the Republic of Liberia and is a consul general diplomat for that country, assigned to Atlanta, Georgia. It is my understanding that as a result of a miscommunication, you may believe Dr. York is merely an honorary diplomat of Liberia. Therefore, allow this letter to serve as clarification relating to Dr. York's diplomatic status. The Republic of Liberia has deemed Dr. York to be a diplomat personnel with all immunities appertaining thereto. On this point, I have attached the final judgment on the petition for declaratory judgment issued by the Civil Law Court of Montserrado County, Republic of Liberia, for your review. As you will see from page 2 of that judgment, that Liberia Court held the Constitution of Liberia and international laws and the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. Grant immunity, no diplomatic personnel against arrest or detention. The judgment process in the receiving state, further explains the diplomat is also immune from criminal process and from most civil process in the receiving state. Next, the judgment orders the respondent, the government of the Republic of Liberia to protect and defend Dr. York as diplomatic personnel and to liaise with government of the United States to ensure the effective endorsement of the judgment. Finally, the judgment orders the respondent to repatriate Dr. York to the Republic of Liberia. Further, on November the 5th, 2012, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the Republic of Liberia issued an apostille certifying that the judgment referenced above is both genuine and authentic. I have also attached this apostille for your review. Unfortunately, Dr. York's diplomatic passport was seized from him upon his arrest in Georgia. Nonetheless, I trust that the declaratory judgment and the apostille clarify both Dr. York's status as consul general, diplomat, and the immunity from prosecution to which he is entitled under the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, 1961. Finally, as you can see, it's page 2. Finally, it is important to note that in light of the Vienna Convention, the United States Congress has enacted 22 U.S.C. 25-4D to further protect diplomats such as Dr. York. The federal statute provides any action or proceeding brought against an individual who is entitled to immunity. With respect to such action or proceeding under Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations shall be dismissed. 22 U.S.C. 25-4D. Therefore, based on Dr. York's diplomatic status, the proceedings against him which led to his current incarceration, should have been dismissed at the outset. I hope this letter served as to clarify any confusion regarding Dr. York's diplomatic status. If I can be of any further assistance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you very much for your time and attention, sir. Brownstone Law Firm, Patriot T. Brownlee, Esquire, counsel for Dr. Malachi Z. York. Now, as you can see, me here at the Brownstone Law Firm, an appellate litigation law firm. All right? You can see me here with Congressman Hank Johnson. Okay? And you see Fatima right there blocking me. She pretended she wanted to work with me, but she came to find out what I was doing, and they falsified documents to the congressman and said that Baba was an honorary diplomat and that he was not a diplomat with full immunities, okay? And she worked with them. So you want to talk crap about me, Sakina? You want to get your lawyer? Bring it, because I got lawyers too. I'm lawyered up too. What up? Brooklyn in the house. Ain't nobody no punk. Nobody ain't scared of you. Nobody ain't scared of you. Nobody ain't scared of you. I definitely ain't scared of you. Definitely ain't scared of you. And you too. This is Nabatat. This is Ian LaFranc. This is Manessa Weir. Definitely ain't scared of you.
Wasn't he at the temple?
That's Dr. too.
That's who was trying to get your number.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know who that was before that day?
Yes. Because he sits in the classes.
Did he ever have communication with you before that night?
No.
Dr. Artoon, this is the one she said tried to put a hit out.
Yes. And his sister.
Who's the sister?
She pointed the camera at her.
Definitely ain't scared of you. And you too.
That's the sister?
No.
What does sister look like?
Her video, when she pointed the camera at her, it was at the beginning of the video, but her video has been circulating Telegram, and I just saw it again today.
Of what?
So she was sexually assaulted before, but he made her get on camera and record something saying that she wasn't assaulted.
By who?
I don't know.
All these folks right there. It's like they look like they the audience, but they're not the fucking audience. They be sitting in the crowd, but there is no crowd. They be teaching the classes, but nobody's learning. It's the most genius setup I've seen. And I've studied a lot of COINTELPRO moves. Where's the Sabian Nation then? That's probably why they try to make it seem like everybody who don't be at them damn temples ain't Sabian or not Nubian. Because everybody who be in the fucking crowds be in on it. That shit is genius. That's genius. What was he talking about that night? What was he saying? Because I know he had a conversation with me back and forth about the lodge and all, until he realized who I was. And realized how I was speaking, then it shifted him and Waukee shifted how they were speaking after they realized it.
He's an elder. He doesn't teach.
No, I'm saying, what was he saying, like, to you? Because I was talking to Waukee when he was talking to you.
He takes notes during the class, so he brings a tablet, and I was just asking him what he wrote on the tablet at Shadow for the class. But I told him when we went to the fairgrounds in Snellville, he was there. But he was sitting by himself at the medic table. And so I was asking him, I was like, I know when you were at the, I don't know what to call it, but I was like, are you okay? He was like, yeah, I'm fine. Just dealing with some things. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I know you usually take notes. Like, what all notes did you take? And he was like, oh, just such and such. And I was like, can I take a picture? I took pictures of his notes. But he didn't say anything else.
You still got the pictures?
No.
And who is Hotel's mate?
Maria.
And has she been mentioned?
No.
Madia. You say M-A-D-A? M-A-D-I-A?
No.
Spell it.
M-A-A-R-I-Y-H.
They had you around all the agents. You notice that? Like when you first came in, you was right there with all of them. Did you notice that?
No.
Well, I think
Because
it's clear
I'm an
now.
outsider coming in. I don't know anything about anybody.
So that's all them stores. That's Rockbridge. That's a store in Stone Mountain. But that's why I said that shit when we was out there in Snellville. I said this shit smell like the feds. I was looking out into the woods. I said they over there. I looked out past that fence, that whatever that gate was outside. I said they over there. And then I'm looking at all the people who was in the front. I said, they in here. Because it was too spaced out. Normally when we have our events, everybody ain't spaced out like that. Everybody's near each other. But that you would have walked past, you would have thought it was 17 different families just sitting with each other. So she done called out all these names and she done showed all the images. She got Zosa image on there too. And what you know about Zosa?
I don't know anything about him.
Other than the fact that he on Telegram.
I don't know anything about him.
Have you ever seen him on Telegram?
He was in a group chat that was hosted by Atmos a long time ago.
Atmos, okay. So, look, how did shit tie together? And who was that old man that was with Zosa?
I don't know. He's a member of the lodge though, because the first time I went to the bookstore ever, it was on a Saturday, and on Saturdays they have their meal times, and he came to get a plate. But he was being all loud and rambunctious, and then they told him to leave because he was being loud.
She got a Sunrise picture up there too. And I just told Uma today, I said, I know you wanted to step in on his behalf, but that nigga an agent. And I've been known he an agent. Said this shit to you. Don't, like, these folk think just because I don't say some shit, I don't know. But she got all these people's faces who done had an issue with me on this damn wall. Or all these people's faces who I done come in contact with on this wall. There are millions of Nubians. I find it to be no coincidence that the exact faces that they showed me, she talking about. She having a conversation. And why the hell, and this nigga Sunrise was telling Megan Joseph, you saying you the feds.
Because I would ask a lot of questions. Because I would walk in the door and be like, who's this? Who's that? Who are you? Okay, what's their position in the community? And he was like, oh, you the feds. I'm like, no. I'm an outsider coming in.
Through him.
Mm-hmm. Because his platform was where I first saw Sabatia posted. And he was telling people, or he was the one that was promoting, not for like, I don't know if it was for pay, but he was promoting, he was like, everybody come out to the Wizards of Ra event or whatever was going on in September.
And Wizards of Rock, yeah, that wasn't even us. That was Tassili them.
And that's when I said, that's when I met everybody. Because that same weekend, the Sabians had the gathering at Life Bistro.
And Tassili used to be with us. She used to be Nubian. Or at least around. Because she was definitely there. She had issues with the master teacher.
And that's when she left. Yeah, she was there.
Okay. I'm paying attention to everything that 5D, all of them. Like how these people, like, if they was around, like y'all, they was around, but they weren't really Like, I don't know where a lot of these folks came. Like, Venus Sublime, I don't know where she came from. But next time I heard her, she was saying I shook a roll back. And she showed up to the Survival Day event. They know if anybody can crack this shit open, I will. They know if I can, like, if anybody can, like, really get somebody on wire or on a phone confessing the whole setup, because this is the Fed work. This is really they work. That's how they do. People don't know infiltration is a science. You gonna think these folks is this, that. I think Hotep might be a Fed. I think everybody you named, everybody you've ever named, I think all them people was either feds or agents, because them were the same people you came through, Lightwave and all of them, and they turned out to be fucking feds or agents or people that have collaborated or wanted to keep Pops in. I had back and go back through all them names, through all them people. Like, positionally, you were able to receive that information. That's why they didn't want to let you know we're near the Eastern Star shit. They kept giving you the runaround.
Giving me the runaround.
Mm-hmm. I'm already knowing. Because we was standing there and you asked about it. Why, Key, that's the first time she jumped in, I think. So I said, why you talking about, why you asking me about that? Why y'all asking about that? You know what I'm saying? I already done told you something about that or something, whatever she said. I was like, who is this lady? Turned out to be Waukee. But they ain't want you, they ain't want you nowhere near that if they don't think that you could be controlled. This shit deep. Like, we in the last part. He said the end game. We in the end game now. But as soon as I see the fan, like, wasn't this nigga at the damn, this nigga was in the damn temple.
That's why when you were on the phone with somebody, it was either Uma or Tabajet, whoever brought him up first, I tried to show you him on my phone because he was on Telegram. I was like, because you were like, who's that? And I even said he was at the bookstore, but you didn't hear me because you were on the phone. And so I just grabbed my phone and pulled it up on Telegram. I was trying to show you, and you didn't see. But she was like, oh yeah, Tabajet. Tabajet was like, and that a doctor got tuned, whoever, tried to put a hit on me. I was taken aback. But because you didn't know who that was, I showed you. I was trying to show you. I'm
telling you now, nobody surprised me. Hey, you can't tell me no name. You can't show me nobody and to be surprised. Oh, you? That's COINTELPRO. If it ain't an OU or no, it can't be you, then that ain't COINTELPRO. The whole thing is surprise you. Unless you know what I'm saying? Unless you're not stupid and you see that anybody could be the feds. Anybody could. You know what I mean? So no, she said they tried to get her up out of here. And they were putting a message out that she was already gone. But that's only because they thought that the shit was successful. She survived it. You know what I mean? So here go the question. Why? Why you put it? Is this Bunny? No, that's Anthony Evans. So who? I'm gonna find out who. Okay, so I know Umi know who Bonnie is if I ask her this him. But if that ain't Bonnie, then Bonnie. Okay, Bonnie name coming up again too. Bonnie posing as an issue too. But Bonnie was the one who told Young Elder that Tabajet was gone. Because Young Elder was trying to find out, because he hadn't heard from her in a while. He was trying to find out what happened, where she had went, what was going on. She was dodging this nigga. So either Bonnie put the hit out, or Dr. Atune put the hit out, or it's Dr. Atune is Bonnie, or they in cahoots. But she putting all this shit out here, and that's one of the ways you got to protect yourself, is to let this shit be known. That's one of the ways you can protect yourself, for all y'all who listening. One way to protect yourself is don't do all that, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep it low key. Nah, you find out it's some motion on your name, let that shit be known publicly. So if some shit wind up going down, you know what I mean, everybody know what the fuck. So when y'all see me be saying little shit, like, yo, hey, look, if this happened, hey, look in that direction, I'm not saying that for no reason. You feel what I'm saying? Because that means I done been tipped off by some shit, and I'm already knowing this emotion. So she moved right. She moved in the right way because you supposed to let it be on record. This person did this person said this. So anything go down, you know what I mean? We know who to investigate, you know what I mean? Or we know what to move on, right? Same thing I be telling people. So I've been seeing these faces in person. That's why I say I think about time. I think about time for me to start, you know what I'm saying, going to the events, going to the chants, going, you know what I'm saying, to the prayers, whatever, whoever, whenever. Show up again. Let me see what's going on. Because it only took me one time to show up and see what was going on. And I seen what was moving. I said, oh, okay, it's dirty in here. And they kept trying, she right. They tried to do all that, oh, it's all love, it's all I should, let's stay positive shit. Only when you start calling out the negativity. Only when you start exposing the fraud. Only when you start speaking on the lies. That's when everybody wants you to be calm now. Everybody wants you to be I shook. But as long as everybody playing games around his name, like this is some shit to play with, then it's all cool. You know what I mean? They know who they can put work on. They know who they can't put work on. They know who they can play with in the spirit world. They know who they can't play with in the spirit world. And them niggas know who they can get gangster with. And they know who they can't get gangster with. You know what I mean? So it made me really see what's going on. These people are smart. And I'm not talking about these folks' faces she's showing. I'm talking about the folks who was behind it since they've been behind it. They real smart. They real smart. Pay attention when motherfuckers be coming out the motherfucking blue. No damn where. You don't know where the hell these people coming from. Next thing you know, they know the whole damn language. Next thing you know, they with everybody. Yo, you better watch out for that shit. Y'all better know, yo, you better watch out for that. Cause Pop was saying it was some of the niggas who was perimeter around. They was the feds. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, niggas who was right there with them. What I say, what song was that? It was one of my songs. I said Judas was right there. Oh, yeah. That nigga Judas was one of the shooters. That nigga was saying right there. I never released that song. It was called Broken Down. I said that nigga Judas was one of the shooters. That nigga was saying right there. He was right hand with Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And then when it turned him in. You know what I mean? I be looking at all this shit. I pay attention to all angles. I don't underestimate the CIA. I'll tell you that now. I just was talking to Young Elder. I said, look, if you do anything, don't underestimate who the fuck we dealing with. You know what I mean? Don't underestimate them and don't overestimate us. It's a fatal mistake. Oftentimes, it's a fatal mistake. You know what I mean? Meaning, don't think that it can't be somebody close to you. Don't think that. That's stupid. They don't think that every now and again, they don't have to report back because they still got to report back. You know what I mean? You got to watch and pay attention to everything moving. And these people right there in them temples. They right there, speaking to you, walking past, shaking your hand, all that. And I say something about these people. And then I pay attention to how not everybody has something to say. I could see who was just random people. Not everybody had something to say, but it seemed like everybody who had something to say, they was in cahoots with each other. And they was asking questions that I'm like, that ain't no regular question. You feel what I'm saying? That ain't some shit that everybody gonna fucking ask. You with me? But that's how motherfuckers be moving. So okay, that's why I told y'all a long time ago, maybe 2-3 years ago. Now I done brought the science of infiltration and show you how this shit work. Not everybody who's an agent went and signed up to be a federal agent. Not everybody who's an agent will show on paper as a federal agent. Okay? Well, why is it like that? Well, a federal agent, if you ask them if they're a federal agent, they got to tell you. You know what I mean? Same way they try to trap like the sex workers. Okay, they'll trap them, trying to act like they about to, you know what I'm saying, purchase with them and do all this other stuff. And I learned this from sex workers themselves, telling me how this shit move. Which is why they make the niggas get on FaceTime. They make them show themselves. They make them, you know what I'm saying, reveal themselves and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a federal agent or a police officer, you can't expose yourself. You know what I mean? You can't put your, you know what I'm saying, business on the phone, if you get what I'm saying. You can't reveal your member, if you with me, all right? But nigga who, you know what I'm saying, not an officer, yeah, they can do that. But it's illegal for an officer to do that. You with me? So they'll tell, you know what I'm saying, all kinds of, are you a cop? And the cop has to say, if they've been asked to identify themselves, yeah, you have to say you're a cop. Okay, so most of the time they be using people that not even in the fucking feds. They'll go and get people who might got, you know what I'm saying, cases on them already. They'll pull them out the system, give them immunity. And that's, you know, they the biggest fucking Sabian or Nubian that you done met, or biggest nation. You can't think that the NOI
ain't completely infiltrated. Them motherfuckers, it's so crazy. The NOI is like, it's not even, you know what I'm saying? It's not hard for them to do that because they stepped further and further away from spirituality. All right, the further you move away from spirituality, as y'all calling it now, or the further you move away from discernment, the further you move away from being able to detect who's an agent. You understand? I was standing there in Snellville on June 24th of last year, and I was telling people, I said, look, I said, just because somebody say who bad or I should, that don't mean that they with you or that they your family. All right, so you better pay attention to what kind of light is moving through them. All agents is amber light. They can't help it. But all of the people that's working with us, they emerald. You know what I mean? And what they try to do, amber light do it all the time. They try to demonize the green light. You know, that's the biggest thing. Demonize the green light. They use anything. Oh, they cuss. And they be cussing like sailors. You know what I mean? Oh, they carry guns. Next you know, niggas talking about gunplay. You know what I mean? Oh, they do all that shit. Listen, when Waukee told me her brother moved through her eyes glazed over, right? And out of her mouth, which were not her words, came, you better pay attention to all them people who do all that peace, love, and light shit. He said, you better watch out for all them wannabe positive shit, people, kicking it like they positive people. Them be the main devils. And then her eyes glazed back over. You know what I mean? Maybe she'll remember, maybe she won't remember. But she was literally sitting behind one of the little glass thing. I guess because they had the little COVID shit still set up, unless it was a bookcase. But it was a glass thing that she was sitting behind, and she wanted me to come closer, right, so she could say that to me. And I saw her eyes glaze over. I know what that means. If you've never seen somebody channel through somebody, you don't know. But I'm telling you, when people channel through someone, your eyes glaze over. You know what I'm saying? And I know what was being said in that moment. You know what I mean? Yeah, watch out for all them wannabe positive motherfuckers. Okay? Because they try to kick it. But I've already shown y'all, Malachi York wasn't on that. Okay? All that, hey, Grand Rising, yo, that ain't us. We don't know where them folks came from. Okay? All that inner stand, we don't know where them folks came from. All right? You got to watch these people. And it ain't just the Nuwabians and Sabians that came with Dr. York. You got to watch all them 19 keys niggas. You got to watch everybody. It's starting to reveal itself one by one, piece by piece. You got to watch them. Look at the works and be like, where the work's going. You know what I'm saying? And notice that everybody doing a dollar thing. It's all about the business. That's it. It's just business. Okay? But they leaving people who really was doing the works behind bars. You know what I mean? This deeper than a political prisoner. You're talking about spiritual prisoners. You know what I mean? It's a whole different level. This ain't even politics. These people know that, for one, they tried every fucking thing in the book. He said they tried to assassinate him over 50 times. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe 50 times they tried to assassinate. That's a lot of assassination attempts for a man to live through. You understand? And I know, listen, I've experienced an assassination attempt. You with me? So I'm not speaking from all of it's documented. They'd have tried to assassinate Pops so many times, and then they try to passively assassinate him. You know what I mean? Then you have to wonder to yourself, why these so-called leaders who supposed to be raising the higher consciousness, knowing that the devil don't want that to happen, why they don't have no enemies? Why ain't nobody trying to take their top off? Why them niggas still able to do shows and conventions and shit and tour all around these different states and the FBI ain't on them? Come on now. Come on now. Because hear what the feds will do. The feds will make it seem like it's some street shit, right? But really they done paid them street niggas to go do that shit. You with me? Or the feds will make it seem, the feds will have some niggas put a hit out on you. And then that's when you know you gone, and nobody knows what happened, and it'll be an unsolved case for 25 years, if you understand what I'm explaining. If you understand what I'm explaining to you. If you know what I'm saying. You with me? So I don't trust shit. I don't trust shit. I just want to stop and say, damn, I know this face. Wasn't this nigga at the building? This nigga was sitting right there in the crowd. So, damn, why she got Sunrise? I ain't heard everything yet. But it got to be a reason why she put Sunrise shit up there. And around this time, when she made this video is 6 months ago. This is back in August of 2023. You put the video out, but Sunrise picture up there. And you try to figure out why he came in and start flipping it top. Don't trust anything. Don't trust anything. All right?
Brooklyn in the house. Ain't nobody no punk. Nobody ain't scared of you. Nobody ain't scared of you. Nobody ain't scared of you. I definitely ain't scared of you. Definitely ain't scared of you. And you too. This is Nabatat. This is Iron LaFranc.
And she put, okay, so that's Lightweight. So she putting Lightweight on the
This is
camera.
Manessa Will.
Manessa. She put Manessa on the camera. You see how all this shit going? Listen, I don't know her. You have to do the math. I don't even know her. I don't know her. I only met her. But I never knew a Tabajet. Never knew her. I've heard the name Yehuda, but I never knew her. How is it that she's experiencing issues with all these people that I'm calling out or that I done told y'all about? You starting to see the commonality. And here's what's interesting. There are a lot of people that can voice things about what happened with these people, but they don't have platforms. There are a lot of people that can say what's been going on behind the scenes, but they don't have platforms. So because they don't have platforms, they'll speak it, they'll get ostracized, they get called a devil, they get kicked out the tribe. You know what I mean? Nobody deals with them. Everybody thinks they're the problem. That's it. But they can't speak now because they don't have a voice. Well, I'm telling all of them to come forth. I'm telling all of them, everybody within the experience, come forth. Because we can, listen, same way the feds try to build cases, don't think that we can't build cases. You know what I mean? It's a real deal. I was telling one of the brothers had a situation, he's facing something. I said, look, here's what you do. You, the same way they trying to build a case on you, you should be spending all, his he had like 8 months. I said, you should spend all 8 months building your own case, all right, to defend yourself. Don't waste time. Don't let it slide. You know what I mean? Hold on. They were the ones trying to get me. Oh, I can't even. Hey, y'all give me a second, because that's an important thing. Hold on. Oh, that's a whole nother development. Bro, this shit getting deep. That's a whole nother development that just came through the Brother Young Elder. About, and it's crazy because I'm sitting here talking about, like, well, I don't know if he was on the live, but I'm literally sitting here talking about it. And he talking about some shit with him, Patricia Lewis, and there's another guy that hasn't been named, but his name is K. Right? Well, this is what he go by, but he also go by Ranu, but he ain't really been named. But until just now, he getting factored in, and this literally just coming in, saying that they was trying to get him to come down to the parade, right? But it was a hit that was going on. So I'm telling you how deep this shit go, man, and that shit crazy, cause like these are the people who was around you, like these are the folk who you were closely associated with.
I'm closely associated.
No,
I
like,
just knew them.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That shit different. But it get deep. Cause they wanted me to come out to that parade too. I remember, cause I had got on live. I think I might have got on a nigga named K Live. K might have been live already. And I got on to show people that they were doing the parade. But Lightweight was like, or Manessa was like, come on down here, Faise. You should be out here. Da 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 da. Now here's what they won't tell you. Okay? I told them to do the parade. I kept saying, why is New York the only place where we doing parades at? Now let's get this also clear. Here's something else they won't tell you. It wasn't their parade. It was Juneteenth's parade. That's two truths that they try to hide about the parade when he didn't even come to the parade. First of all, I don't trust y'all niggas. So when I found out who was doing it, I don't want to come. Firstly. Second of all, I don't do public things any motherfucking way. I'm not finna just be out willy-nilly downtown in Atlanta. All right? I know you don't have no fucking ops or no enemies because you collaborated. But me and people who's actually speaking on the truth and people who actually want him free, they trying to get us gone. So I can't do what you can do. Willy-nilly open up shops and stores and post up addresses and shit. Yeah, it must be nice when you don't have no enemies. You know what I mean? But I know Pops had 1 million enemies. Okay? Because he spoke the truth. But y'all niggas ain't having no enemies. Because y'all ain't bout shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, of course, I didn't go out there for more than one reason. Okay? But be truthful. That was not the Nubian and Sabian parade. That was the Juneteenth parade. And y'all came with K car and a flag and a banner, and y'all acted as if it was your parade. I got the pictures now. I got them pictures. But it was not the Nubian parade or the Sabian parade. You feel what I'm saying? So, no, don't let them people play y'all. All these folks playing games. That's all it is. But Elder just hit me up like, bro, he find us. Look, I'm telling y'all, we ain't sleeping. Niggas who on this shit right now, you know what I mean? We ain't even sleeping. We doing research. We having phone calls back to back. Yo, we ain't playing. We ain't playing. You know what I mean? Because, listen, all right? Them same feds who hiring niggas gonna have to be them same ones. You know what I mean? To help niggas. You know what I mean? We ain't playing. We see all that. We know how niggas are trying. Listen, we know all the laws. We know stand your ground law. We know all of that. Okay? This is not back then. This is right now. Okay? And another thing that's going to start happening is niggas moving together. Niggas can't be by themselves. When we go out, it's all niggas who I know is my niggas and your niggas and young elder niggas, and everybody got to be moving as a unit. Everybody. We going to be moving that way. You know what I mean? Plenty artillery, plenty vests, plenty, because it's that serious. You know what I mean? And y'all think it's in it? This devil doesn't rest. Do y'all know what I'm telling y'all? The devil don't sleep. He does not sleep. And I've talked long enough and strong enough that people should understand this isn't just about face value. This is about energy. This is about jinn and angels. This is about God versus the devil. Are you with what I'm explaining to you? So it ain't about what it looked like. It's about everything it is, and it gotta be that. It's about everything that it is. Why were these people giving her issues? You know what I mean? Why was it that Lightwave was trying to finesse his way into her life? You know what I mean? Like she say, what? Don't worry about the money, because devils will give money. Them devils will throw money. They don't mean nothing. They trying to buy in. Are you listening to me? You with me? I find it to be no coincidence that she was having issues with a lot of these people. Now, her situation with the brother young elder, I'm gonna do my best to find out how we can mend that, if it can be mended. I was just talking to the brother young elder about that. Everything I can say, I'm gonna say up front. All right? Only time I won't say some shit is when I tell somebody, yo, I'm gonna ask you something, but I'm not gonna tell. Other than that, I'm gonna let people know what's moving. Okay? I don't know what all of the details and everything is, but from what it looks like, okay, it appears that whoever the Dr. Atum person is, because it's somebody that young elder named, and Bonnie, whoever the Bonnie person is, that person's been named. So whoever that is, and my Umi know who that is, right? And again, everybody done heard a lot of voices. My Umi ain't been able to really speak yet. You know what I'm saying? And she's handling a lot of other things that got stuff to do with all kind of other stuff. If you with me, everybody doing a different part. But I'm telling you, my Umi got some information on who these people is too. And what done happened, because she was there when all shit was popping off in the beginning. So damn, it's like a lot of these people, children and nephews and shit, is now running around as like the new agents in the community. And they coming to y'all like, I got an issue with them. No, they got an issue with their father. And or they got an issue with Dr. York. Even if it ain't their biological father. They have an issue with Pops. So they see how strongly I'm standing with him. You know what I mean? And that's why they try to make it seem like I was this, that, and the third. Y'all see how this move? You see how this work? It's like, again, when you been around this shit, you know how this shit move. I can smell the wires. I can smell the khaki pants. You feel me? But they don't rush in first. They send infiltrators and all this other stuff, get info on you, anything they can. That's what they'll do. Okay? But they don't always say, listen, me being born into this reality, let me put this on record before we press play. Me being incarnated into the earth plane was a death. You can't kill us. All right? Me coming down here was beneath me. You with me? That was the death. Okay? Other than that, I'm only here to do what I was called here to do. And that is, for one, the main thing, clear Dr. Melikazi York's name. All right? And help him come home. That's the main thing. That couples together. Other than that, everything else I've been given along the way, people who are coming after me, who are listening to me now speak, there are some of y'all in the crowds. There are some of y'all watching these lives. Y'all are going to do a magnum opus. I won't be here. You with me? It's just what it is. I won't be here, but y'all are going to keep doing the works. They going to make it try to seem like it's me, but I'm telling you, what I'm doing is creating a whole different reality within itself. All right, where other people are going to be able to come to that well and draw water from it. All right, and y'all going to go out and you're going to build with that. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to go out and bring light to people with that. Okay, I have no fear of anything. You heard what she just said? She said, I'm not scared. She's saying that for a reason, because certain people do things, they'll threaten you. All right, or they'll try to, act like they're going to do the magic on you, all this other stuff. I would tell her, I said, look, these niggas be little warlocks. They little. They little warlocks. You know what I mean? There's no reason for us to have fear. They're little. That's why they got to come together and group together, okay, and do coven work and all that. No. And I don't even know why you claiming that you a damn warlock, and every time you doing magic, you need people around you. You know what I mean? You got to make a decision, because most of the ones who break that oath and step beyond their coven, we move solo, because however the coven was functioning, they weren't doing that shit right. They started touching the darkness, and niggas was like, we ain't on that, and separated from them. That's why a lot of motherfuckers got problems, especially being that you ain't supposed to be able to tell the sacreds and all this other stuff. Fuck that. Y'all are devils. These people be darkness, like all of that. It's darkness for these people. You know what I mean? And if they can keep people in the dark, then they can win. But I'm telling you, the reason why they had an issue with me is because I came out revealing the true light. Other than that, be no reason. This your brother. You see, listen, everybody who don't even know who Dr. Malachi York is, see how hard I've been going for that shit since I was young. Right? So then ask yourself the question, why would somebody fall out about some little shit and then disassociate themselves from you as if you're not a power player in bringing the light to the world? You know what I mean? If you were advocate for my father or advocate for somebody that I look up to, then you ain't my enemy. If you pushing it, no, I'm not talking about the silent pushing, meaning you mention him once every year. You know what I mean? Or put his face on your product. Okay, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like every damn day, to the point where I told people what I said. You might as well get used to this shit. You might as well get used to it. People say, damn, he gonna say something about Dr. Malachi. You damn right. You want to know why? Because you wouldn't say nothing about him. Because y'all wouldn't mention it. If y'all was loud enough about him, okay, and doing enough work concerning him, I would never have had to step forward. And it's not over. It ain't even done. You with me? It's not done. So this lady not crazy. Again, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to do my best to find a way, okay, that Tabitha and Young Elder can work together, okay, because Tabitha got her platform need to be risen up more. You know what I mean? Because she got more things to say and more things need to be done. And another thing is we got to do this. We have to expedite the process. You know what I'm saying? It got to come. It got to happen faster. It ain't even something that Pops is on the way home. It ain't even one day Pop on the way home. So we got to get all this together so the name get cleared, right? We got to get all this together so people can know who that is. I'm already knowing how this goes. And then when that happens, it's like I'm already knowing the gates is open. Like I said, bring them through the gate. You know what I mean? It's time for people to know the truth. It's time. Remember Tupac, when he was like, I can't leave to this shit straight. You know what I mean? He said, I can't leave with people thinking, you know what I'm saying, that I did this. You know what I mean? He said, and then after that, after his name was cleared, Tupac wanted his name cleared. He said, then after that, boom, it's all over. You know what I mean? It goes how it goes. He said, but he can't leave until it's straight. You with me? So this is what it is. It's every day it's a war. Every day, even when I write my books and I put these books out, you know what I mean? I'm saying certain things in it. Just pay attention. You know what I mean? Because one day, like I said to you, one day we all have our time. My time gonna come too. You know what I mean? And they do what they do, and we do what we can, and we do what we do. You know what I mean? And they do what they can. Either way, however that pans out, all right, however that plays out, y'all have things that you can take and do good works in your life, okay? In your lives, do good works. That's what it's about. Do the works of the greater light. We got enough less light work out here. Do more. We need more right-hand practitioners. Okay, we got enough left-hand practitioners. We need more people who are involved with the sun. We got enough people involved with the moon. We need more people who understand Baphomet was never for us to begin with. We got enough people that push Baphomet on the unsuspecting masses. And now these people have lost their damn mind. You with me? I'm telling you, everybody scream balance, but you have to watch that. Okay, they screaming balance while they only pushing darkness. They screaming balance while they only pushing amber light. They screaming balance while they only pushing chaos. You with me? Did another thing that happened. They said peace and chaos to all. When have we ever said that? When have we ever said that to anybody? When have we ever said assalamu alaikum and whatever the hell chaos is in Arabic? You know what I'm saying? Right? When have we ever said that? We've never said that. We've always said peace be on you. Okay, we've always dealt with the tranquility, transitioning into the one who held the pen. Okay, and being right there with the one who held the pen, which was the quill, Allah. We never said peace and chaos be on you. Why would you wish chaos on anybody? Y'all got it conflicted. The balance was dealing with polarity, negative and positive. All right. All that good and evil thing is a choice that human beings make. It's a choice. Don't wish evil on anybody. Don't wish chaos on anybody. You know what I mean? Now, going to war, that's another thing. But don't wish chaos on people. Just because you're trying to say it, they don't want to deal with the fact that we're saying we need light here. We need light here. So what in you is causing you to reject that? What in people is causing them to reject the fact that we need order? You know what I mean? They only want to talk about the balance when it's time to bring conversation to the light. Now they say it need to be a balance, but they ain't talk about the light other than that. Same thing with the men. All right. The only time we want to say there's a balance when it comes to the power structure, all right, is when women are being spoken about as they're coming into power. Okay. If anybody say women need to be in power or women need to lead, that's the only time where men gonna step up and say there needs to be a balance. You know what I mean? But all these male leaders through all these thousands of years, nobody said there needs to be a balance. No man stood up. All right. All the patriarchal ways that we've done set into for all these generations, nobody said there needs to be a balance. As soon as we start speaking about the matriarch, niggas want to say, well, we need the patriarch and the matriarch. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to deal with the fact that they've been one-sided this whole time. Same way the conscious community don't want to deal with the fact that they've been one-sided this whole time. I was at the Wizards of Ra event and I saw only Amberlight people. It was only Amberlight. You know what I mean? And I'm walking around. People don't know why I'm there. Now, of course, everybody and their mama knew me. All right. But nobody know why I'm there. You know what I mean? You got some people that was coming up to take pictures with me, da-da-da-da-da. And even when I'm taking pictures, I'm watching the whole scene. They don't even know why. Why am I there in a trench coat? All black. Why? I'm on a mission. I'm not here to party. You with me? I'm watching the whole scene. I'm seeing who's standing near who, all of that. You with me? This is not a game because when my life is gone, it's gone. You know what I mean? When it's over, when it's time, when I cross that threshold, I cross that threshold. Okay? But there's going to be a heaven of a story before that time come. There's going to be a heaven of a fight before that time come. I remember when it was 7 of y'all coming to lives. I remember when it was 20 of y'all coming to lives. I remember when it was 30 of y'all coming to lives. Okay? I've seen when it was 100 of y'all coming to lives. I've seen where there's more times where the shit done glitch like I told you. And there's 1,400 people in there. Listen, it's going to continue to grow. More and more people will know. All right? You starting to realize why I'm here? You know what I mean? I said, Pop coming home. And what I told you, I said, he can't die in there. What you talking about? He can't. He can't. It's just not, we're not accepting it. It's not going to happen. That's why I told you, they don't want that to happen. You don't, as much as you might think so, okay? The only thing that kept a lot of us having sense was the fact that he was here. You know what I mean? And the fact that we had right knowledge, where a lot of us are warriors. I already know. I looked in the mirror and saw the warrior. I saw what they called me to do. You feel what I'm saying? I've seen where they called me in different realities and said, destroy this whole realm. And I've done it just because they told me that's what I was called to do. Some of us push buttons and destroy planets. That's what we do. But some of us are being called for to revive planets. That's what we do. You know what I mean? And look, people don't appreciate the light, okay, until the light is gone. People don't appreciate the light. When the light is gone and it get dark, then everybody appreciate it and say, damn, we had the light here. You with me? So what did Pop say? He said he was going to be here for a 100-year span teaching. Okay? He was born in 1945. All right? We ain't hit 2045 yet. He told us about 2043 in the Holy Tablet. He said it's going to be a 100-year span. Pops is still here. He got to come home. He got to come home. Because let me tell you something. There's nobody else. If anybody could vouch, it's me. But it's nobody else. There's nobody else. Listen what I'm telling you. No one else. Listen what I'm saying to you. And all of you know it in your soul when you hear the voices. Okay? When you hear our tones. There's nobody else. There's nobody else. You know what I mean? This is a whole different conversation. Who else? All we want to know is who else. I already asked Farrakhan the questions I had for Farrakhan. You with me? Farrakhan know how to respond. Are we waiting on him? He know how to respond. Okay? He didn't respond in his last address. So we're waiting. We're waiting. Okay? Tell Farrakhan that one of the simplest ways he can respond is to acknowledge Dr. Malachi York on June 26th of this year for the first time in history. Okay, to have the NOI come out and acknowledge, did y'all not see and have you not observed in the past, but did you not see recently how I acknowledged Savior's Day? Did you not see me do that and put Farrakhan's picture up and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's picture up, because once you say Savior's Day, okay, to say Savior with the apostrophe S, okay, in possession of that particular Savior who would have been Fard Muhammad, okay, or Farad as they call it. Some people say Farad, or some people say Fard Muhammad, who's supposed to be Allah incarnate, all right, or Allah in the flesh, or someone who was like Allah for whatever reason. Okay, they had their own reason for saying that. Okay, that would have been their Savior. Yeah, then the most honorable Elijah Muhammad would have become. But then they say what? Savior's Day, like the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was saying, to acknowledge all of the saviors. Okay, well, Farrakhan, you acknowledge all the saviors, but you're missing one. You know what I mean? You have yet to acknowledge one. All right, meaning on his day, acknowledge him. On the day that he came through. You don't find it a coincidence that you got February 26th and you got June 26th? You don't think that even a coincidence? Or something to pay attention to? Because we know there's no coincidences. All right? So tell Farrakhan, for those of y'all who are part of the nation, that this is the year that Pop need to be acknowledged on his birthday. Acknowledge Dr. Malachi York. Farrakhan, don't just say once, because you say once. And there's a lot of people who done said something once, but you're not a once saying person. You can put something into law. All right. The NOI is powerful enough that if the NOI would deal with this situation of Dr. Malachi, you're not even talking about him just being in prison. You're talking about someone who is a prisoner or supposed to be a prisoner. All right. That is being treated unfairly in prison. Okay. That is being harmed in prison. Left in prison alone, cold, dealing with illness, okay, malnourished, maltreatment in prison, okay, malpractice in there. So if that's a case, then you're dealing with something that is inhumane. Where are the people who are going to fight and stand up for justice? Even if somebody thought somebody was guilty, okay, the reason why the shit is set up how it's set up is that if anybody who was treated a certain way in prison, people who are on the outside should be able to push for that treatment either stops or you got to release him. You know what I'm saying? Or both. You with me? So where are all the people who fight for justice when it comes to him? You with me? He by himself. He said he's by himself. There's nobody. He said in prison it happens this way. He said the Muslims stick together, the Christians stick together, the white people stick together, the Hispanics. Y'all know how this shit go if you've been there. You know what I mean? And even if you haven't been, if you've done your research, you know these folks will click up in a heartbeat. But they don't want him nowhere near population anyway. So he's 24-hour lockdown. He said it's 24 hours, not 23. And the reason why he said it's 24-hour lockdown is because when he is allowed out of his cell, he's allowed into a room that's only about 2 times the size of the cell, right? And it's still the same thing. It's a cell. You with me? Being denied medication, all this other stuff that was happening, and none of y'all, these folks do the big platforms. All right? Phase One don't have the biggest platform. Okay? So the question is, with all the people with big platforms who love to scream on political prisoners and all this other stuff, how y'all didn't know about Dr. Malachi York? You could talk about Matulu with his situation when he was going through his thing. You could talk about everybody else, but you can't speak on Dr. Niggas will mention, what was it, Mandela. They'll mention Mandela and how he did 27 years and all this other stuff. He over there. But you won't deal with someone who came to this community, to this world, to help bring up some of these so-called woke people that y'all talking about now. You know what I mean? And why do you expect me to be quiet about that? I don't get it. I don't get how anybody could expect anybody in their right mind to see this injustice, all right, and be quiet about it. And then scream today for the elevation of people or the evolution of people. You know what I mean? All over. It's false. Okay? You have to help him. You got to. So we'll see. I'm telling you, we watching. I already questioned it. Nobody had the ability to question Farrakhan. For one, why? Because they would have been too disrespectful, for one, because they don't know what they're talking about. Okay? Anybody who had the attention enough or the following enough or whatever to question Farrakhan, they always just disrespect him. You know what I mean? Come for the religion, all this other stuff. But that's not what this is. We're asking a real question, and Farrakhan is my brother. I don't know who he is to y'all, but that is a brother, meaning he's supposed to be a brother. That is a peer of mine. And if you can't see that, I understand. You don't know what you're dealing with. But that is a peer. So if somebody is saying that they're up there, okay, in those ranks of dealing with the Holy of Holies, okay, and able to contact those beings on the wheel like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, okay, I've had contact with them. They say they're divinely inspired. I'm divinely inspired. Okay, they say they walking with the masters. Okay, I'm walking with the masters. They say they here for lost people, the lost found, and to bring more people into lost found. Okay, I'm one of those people. All right, they say they here to bring knowledge and all that. I'm one of those people. They here for the children. I'm one of those people. I'm not an onlooker. Okay, I'm a doer and a seer. Okay, so Farrakhan in his soul must respond. He must respond in his soul of whether or not he cares enough about his brother. If that's his brother, you listening? If that's your brother, Farrakhan, you care enough about your brother, then you would help him. You would not only help him get free, but you would elaborate on what you mean by trumped up charges, because you spoke on it, but you never went into detail. What do you mean, Farrakhan? What did you mean by the government asking if that was the Messiah? Is that the Messiah? Trumped up charges. Put brother in jail. Okay, well then you know what's going on with Pops then, don't you? However you know, you know. Okay, so if that's your brother, then you should be vocal about what's happening with him. All right, not just one time. You should be vocal. I shouldn't be mentioning it more than Farrakhan. When Dr. York put on record, he said, that's my brother. He said, they want us to be at odds with each other. I'm not at odds with him. He said, we don't have to agree with everything. We don't have to agree religiously or none of that to come to the same table. I got the book where he said it. He said it in the book. Right? The year 2000 AD and what to expect. Okay? Y'all better keep y'all eyes open. All right? Especially y'all people who have love for the master teacher. You better keep your eyes open. This is not like anything you've ever seen in your lifetime. Okay? Before. You've witnessed, meaning you've read these stories, all right, other people or beings go through this, but you have yet to see what's happening right here, all right, in your lifetime. Your grandmother didn't witness it. There's a lot of people that didn't witness what's happening right now, okay? So, no, we cannot afford to just let any and everybody say any and everything or come around and da-da-da-da-da. You got to start that vetting process. You got to start paying attention to mannerisms and all of that. And you cannot allow for sabotage. It will not be allowed. It cannot be allowed. You know what I mean? We've come too far and we're too close. And like I told you, Pop come home. All right, my work has been completed. Meaning that part of that, that's it. He come home, it's whatever he say. It's whatever he say. You with me? He say, hey, we packing it up. We packing it up. He say, there's more to be done. There's more to be done. I bring my work. I sit it on the table. He analyze it. He say, you're relieved? I'm relieved. I go rest. You know what I'm saying? Until it's time to go. He say, we keeping this up. Keep that up. Keep that up. I keep that up. He say, here, take this crown, put it on. All right, you got this. You got that. All right. Boom, that's what it's going to be. Other than that, y'all niggas done lost y'all fucking mind. Ain't nobody else no damn chief. You know what I mean? You go ahead and take them feathers off. All right? Have some respect. All right? And I don't mean no disrespect to my brother, young elder, okay? Because that's a whole nother conversation. He know that. All right? You know I'm right. I'm talking about all these other niggas, okay? You know what I mean? Have some respect, okay? There's only one chief. But what he say? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. All right? Everybody want to be the headmaster. Everybody want to be the class master. Everybody want to have the worshipful master seat, okay? Or the supreme grand master seat. And all we asking is, can you show the works of a supreme grand master? No? Okay, stand down and await further instruction. You with me? That's what we at with it.
This is the Baptist, a.k.a. Carla Thomas. This is KU's. Oh, yeah. He's a troublemaker, too. We're going to get into it. This is Dana and you, too. This is the Baptist. This is Ian LaFranc. This is Manessa Weir.
So now that ain't Bonnie, then she said Ian LaFranc. I'm gonna find what's going on with Bonnie.
This is the Baptist, a.k.a. Carla Thomas. This is KU's.
Okay. I know about KU's. Because, damn, where is it at? Where is it at?
Frank.
Yep.
This is Manessa Weir. This is the Baptist, a.k.a. Carla Thomas. This is Kate.
This Bro, y'all probably can't even see the shit. I had the shit flipped. Let me see. K-Use, another name he go by now, because he switched his name, is Snifero. Snifero, right? This was somebody who was supposed to be my godfather, right? Because when I was born, he was around. He was supposed to be my godfather. I don't know what wound up happening with that because I got two godfathers. One was called Emmanuel, and another is called K-Use. We used to call him K-Use. All right. Yeah, it was a lot of shit going on with him. Him and his old mate. It was a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit. Some stuff is like, whoa, you know what I mean? But yeah, I knew that because from him and my stepfather, how they used to, you know what I'm saying, have situations going on where my homie didn't like how she would be handled and stuff like that. And she didn't feel like she was being stood up for and all this other stuff. I saw how niggas was moving back then. Yeah, nigga named Sniff Pharaoh. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, I know these people. You know what I mean? He just was working with my peoples, my brothers, my biological brothers, not too long ago. He still be doing the construction and shit. But yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a troublemaker too. We're gonna get into it. This is Dana Miller.
All these names. Cause wasn't she on the what you call it? The Untold Truth documentary? Hold on.
Because it was Dana and Robbie.
Dana and Robbie. And that who my mom. How deep do this shit go? Because I guess they jumped to do the documentary. Boy, it's like a fucking, what's the damn shit where it's unsolved or some shit? The mystery shows they be having. Case files, something like that. It's some shit like that, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Who is this? Yeah, something like that. Cold Case. Yeah, maybe. I think that might be it. X-Files, Cold Case, one of them. It might be all of them. What was the other shit? CSI. Dun dun dun. What was the shit? Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Something like that. First 48. Yeah, all this shit got to be solved for real. But I think we getting closer to like really picking, like, somebody gonna confess. Somebody gonna come forward and be like, man, fuck that. It was this, it was that. They did us this, they told us we do that. It's gonna be another, it ain't even gonna be recanting. Motherfucker gonna be confessing. You know what I mean? Some shit finna happen. I'm telling you. Where this shit at? What was I about to pull up? The Untold Truth documentary. Cause they were the first ones, Dr. York. Untold Story, Dr. York.
You understand what I'm trying to do? And because they see how close I am to succeed, where a lot of other so-called black leaders failed, there's a concentrated effort to stop it. They'll do anything to stop us, especially now. Because where is our opposition? In other words, like it says, who can stand against us now? Who can? We went to a battle with demons in Putnam County. We warred against these devils, am I right? They did everything in their power to take this land and make sure that what's happening right now does not go on.
What'd he say? He said, yo, it was many wars. And not just what they just did, right? He said they did everything in their power to take this land. Y'all hearing him? He been saying the same thing.
Finish.
What'd he say? They're not finished.
Who can stand against us now? Who can? We went to a battle with demons in Putnam County. We warred against these devils, am I right? They did everything in their power to take this land and make sure that what's happening right now does not go on. They tried every trick in the book. They ain't finished.
They ain't finished.
They tried slander, defamation of character. They tried to lock brothers up, harass sisters on the street, stop every car coming down to make sure they did everything they could. And not one person come out and help us.
What do you say?
Why? Because they had us marked as a cult.
Not one person came out and helped us. You know what he talking about. You know who he talking about. Because they had us marked as a cult. Same thing I said in the 21 Savage song. I said, I get why niggas probably wanted to be quiet. I said, because they called us a cult. You know what I'm saying? So, like, shit, maybe he thought it was over or confused. You know what I'm saying? When I said you probably were hopeless or confused or thought it was, or something like that. You thought it was over, right? All these rumors, they called us a cult. So, yeah, niggas ain't want to be associated with it because we got called a cult. But I kept asking niggas even to this day, what do we believe? Cults have a belief system. What is our belief system? If we was a part of a cult, what was our belief system? You with me? And niggas don't know that because there is no belief system. He was literally saying, right, to go away from belief. So you have a group of scientists and we're called a cult. You understand what I'm explaining? You have people that was aligned with a culture that exists before any of these people ever established their systems. And we're aligning with that culture. And you called it a cult. That's why he said, no, don't. He said, every time they try to call it a cult, he said, you make sure you add those other 3 letters on there. Culture, exactly. Culture. He said, this ain't no cult made up in America. The garb, all of that was already around. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Oh, there's some crazy suicide cult.
Reverend Dr. Malachi Z. York, author and scholar of over 408 books, and lecturer on various subjects, teacher of religion and culture in ancient civilizations of over 40 years. Raising the consciousness of his people, Dr. York's progressive solution for Nubians in America led to the success of living for and by each other through their culture and way of life. 3 major communities were born, developed from Brooklyn, New York,
in layman's terms, or for everyone to oversee.
So this is Robbie, I think.
Informing the world of so much that he knows, and not of.
Yeah, Robbie Ward. And that's an interesting word, because you got wards of the state. Robbie. I think this might have been, I got to start letting my mama start talking comedy. She got to start saying some shit, because like, she was around for a lot of this other shit that I ain't really get to see, but she got to see.
Truth. Or I should say non.
And there go Dana.
Shares and
Dana Dixon, Robbie Ward. I'm going to say that shit wouldn't surprise me, dog. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Because, like, some folks, they look like it. Some folks just look like it. None of this shit gonna surprise me.
Okay, don't dress like that and act like you some Dawn when you're, and then this girl.
Huh?
That's his sister.
Why she look constipated? What? Okay.
She wasn't a part of the community. Like, she was in the community, but as soon as everything fell apart, she, like, went back into the world.
That's his sister.
That's his sister.
You can't even tell.
Girl, here talking about I'm jealous of her. First of all, what is that? You look better like this. Natural.
See, look.
You look better natural.
She like whatever it is, she did it. That's what it looked like in this picture. Whatever it is, like she did it.
This girl here talking about I'm jealous of her. First of all, what is that?
She gonna have to start with this what is that shit. She killing me with the what is that. She said, I'm gonna need y'all to tell me what is that.
You look better like this. Natural. You look better natural. You got all this crap in your mouth and all this stuff and them freaking nails like that. Why would I be jealous of you? I don't even know you, sweetheart. You understand? And you need to go to your family and ask them, what did this monster do to you? Because Because your brother is 15 years older than you. You were 5 years old and he was 20 when he raped you. All right? Oh. These are facts. Ask your freaking mother and your family.
Oh. And then there go the Zosa nigga. They go the nigga who almost got an issue talking about I don't want to hurt you. What the hell? And he on the wall.
And look at his freaking son.
That's his son? Boy. What? It run in the family like it's really a bloodline war. Cause this nigga had no reason to have an issue with me. He had absolutely no reason. He just wanted to, yo, so you are the craft? You want the Maces? I'm like, what the hell?
Tell me they got all the answers.
She got the whole Fed case.
She got all the tea. Oh.
Listen, hold on, bro. Hold on. This is starting to add up. It's starting to add up. So I didn't know who he was. He walked to me and he knew who I was. So I wasn't surprised about that because my platform been rising. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's been happening like that. I go out certain places, certain people recognize me. It happened now. Okay, whatever. He came to the event last year. He knew who I was. I'm like, yo, who are you? He said, I was on Clubhouse. I was like, okay, cool. But what about Clubhouse? Like, yeah, we spoke on Clubhouse. Okay, cool. I still don't know who you are. And he started talking to me about some Mason shit. So I looked around like, yo, we around eavesdroppers. Y'all niggas asking me questions that I know niggas know not to ask around eavesdroppers. So either y'all niggas trying to put on the show or what the fuck we doing? I said, yo, what's up? I said, what? These ain't friends, right? And then they like, yeah, you right. The older nigga was like, yeah, you right. And then they walked off, you know what I'm saying, to the side. Let me see what the fuck she gonna say.
His son is a murderer too.
Oh, okay. I get it. So niggas thought, okay, I get it.
Pulled out a firearm and shot a guy 3 times in his stomach. Go down to the Decatur courthouse in criminal and you'll look it up and see. This and his son got mental problems. He had to take his son to the 13th.
You had to be thrown the fuck off fucking around with me. You had to. I was like, bro, I said, look, I told the nigga, he said, I don't want to hurt you, bro. I said, look, let me tell you something. I said, nobody gonna get hurt. I said, not even you today. Nobody's gonna get hurt, not even you. Cause like, what the fuck? He showed up to the event in a tank top and some red shorts. Like it was a family reunion. He wasn't in garb. Pop said, look out for the people that don't be in garb when they show up to the events. Niggas told him, listen, I wasn't even gonna go to the event without hitting up one of the brothers like, yo, I need garb. I need garb. Man, where my pictures at? Let me show y'all this shit. Damn, that's crazy. So, bro, what the fuck? It's a community full of fucking criminals and weirdos. What the hell, Pop? Look at what these folks have done. These are infiltrators. They was never supposed. This ain't family. Got everybody thinking it's some family shit. Family need to get along, bro. These folks, bro. Okay, so how you get off your murder charge? How you get out? How you beat the murder charge? I got so many questions. How you beat it? This shit starting to make sense then. So they said, hey, it's a nigga named Faise One. All right, he might be going to the Savior Day event. See if you can get him at the event. Cause my dad was like, young elder, me and my dad was all supposed to come to the event. And my dad was like, wait a minute, hell no. He said they trying to pull some shit. He said that might be a hit. They trying to hit us all at one time. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So that shit probably was set up that way. Act like it's supposed to be some shit asking questions about a damn some masonry shit. Then somebody had to here go the jacket. Here go the jacket he was saying. This is how I was out there. You know what I'm saying? With the garb on, the Aunt Twee on, all that. You see all them things in the back? That's why I said just spread out. All this shit was spread out. This me on the stage. You know what I mean? Look, even I look like I wish a nigga would. The nigga like, man, all right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I might have been popping off. They gave me the mic. I might have did say some shit.
I might have did say something. Watch all these folks. What did I say?
You said it's feds around.
It was that, and it was some other shit too. Where I was like, all that, all that Mason shit. I might have said some shit kind of throw. Y'all know I don't got no sense. I did, but I wish I remember verbatim what I said. I like verbatim shit.
Somebody recorded it and posted it.
A word?
Some people were live, some people after the fact.
Didn't Aminette post it on her page? I'ma find it.
She wasn't there.
No, she was. Whoever the Obaya lit.
They were having their event in South Carolina.
Well, then it's another lady who I call Aminette. I probably keep getting her name wrong. The lady who was standing right there. I know she was there because she was standing right there when the shit went down. And we trying to tell everybody who was with me to calm down. I remember. But yeah.
Who, Umi?
No. Yep, Umi wasn't the only one?
No, not your Umi. The older Umi.
I don't know. No, it was, I think I call her Aminette. But her name might really do be Aminette because, you know, again, people name be changing. Yeah. So you might not know, but Umi might know where Umi at, man. She'll know these damn names and shit. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I had on. This nigga had on a tank top and red shorts. Like, he was like, where the burgers at? Like, you know what I'm saying, at the cookout. And then it became an issue. So I still want to see what she gonna say. So yeah, how you beat your murder case? How you beat it? And how you out here? And you still a young nigga. But hey, we'll see.
13th floor at Grady Hospital because he suffers from schizophrenic like his father. You see? It's in the genes. They got schizophrenia in their genes. And this dude right here was in a crazy house. He was walking around New York City with no clothes on. All right? So now, I know y'all think, what does this have to do with Baba coming out of prison, Tabitha Jet? And I'm going to tell you. Because if you got niggas like this in our tribe,
it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you can just look and tell. Some shit you can just look and tell, bro. Like, let me see if I got this shit on here, bro. All this shit starting to come around full circle. Damn. Look, my Umi had a dream, and I ain't gonna go into all that shit. Because that's a whole different conversation. But you can tell, bro, like, I'm gonna let Tyler J talk.
people like this doing sorcery, people like this that support them, people like this that's a part of it.
I don't know how anybody could, like, not be like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, if she say peace, love, and light to you, you gonna trust that? You with me? And I don't know, bro. I ain't trying to say too much, but I don't think, like, certain beings don't be aware of how they look to humans. So she might really do think she's smiling. You feel me? But that ain't really no smile, like a grimace. You feel me? I don't think she probably know how she looked, like how it's reading to human beings. Human beings, you know, but then it's like, damn, how nobody didn't catch it? Nobody didn't catch it? Nobody didn't be like, huh? I don't know, bro. Even if I ain't know Tabitha J, I trust everything she's saying about this lady and nobody else. If I still don't know Tabitha J personally, I don't know her. But like, if I didn't even know Dr. York, and somebody told me this story, and she was the witch, I'd be like, that might do be true. That might do be true. Then got the little bendy in the head. You know what I'm saying? She look like she up to some shit right now. I ain't gonna lie, she do like she farted and she ain't tell nobody. That's what I had thought about the other day. I'm like, damn, she do like she had farted and tell nobody. Like, and everybody gonna smell it afterwards, after the picture and shit. That's what she look like. But I ain't trying to roast. I'm like, but damn, nobody didn't pick up on this shit. My mama told me karma got a way of shaping people. She say people look like how they are. People look like who they are. Remember I was telling y'all about how it's always them bad, or was I talking to y'all? I probably wasn't talking to y'all. Who was I? Was I talking to them? Or who was I talking to? I might have been on the phone, my bad.
You were recounting something, and
yeah, it was, I think, yeah.
about the case with the young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
How the one that was piping the shit up, you said she was bad body.
Was I on here?
No.
Who's I talking to? That might have been on the phone.
I support her.
But probably. But I'll still tell y'all. It always be the bad bodies. Like, okay, you ever notice, like, okay, the females who, like, knees be leaning into each other type shit, and they back be big, and they, you know what I'm saying? They always be the one who, like, if you try to talk, okay, you see a bad female, boom, okay, woo. You know you got this shit in the bag. You gonna walk up to her, you know what I'm saying, pop your shit. It's always that friend, though. Like, she always got that one friend who knees go in, and my friend don't want to talk to you. My friend, she always, like, make herself, like, she already be very visible, but she be trying to, like, make herself a part of the, y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all ever read into the people? Some of y'all got them friends. That's why you laughing. Some of y'all got them friends who be bad body. And then you trying to figure out why some shit go down and they immediately want to fight you. Because they want to, like, bruise you. They want to beat you up. Like, they want to scar you. That's their thing. They think if they can put their hands on you and beat you, right, then they can make you less pretty or make you less beautiful. So they really just hanging around. They were waiting on that situation. I mean, I tell all my sisters, all them, hey, man, watch out for them bad body ass friends. Okay, they all be the damn same. Them and hey, I ain't trying to be funny, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't want my baby Faise One body shaming. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying why. Why is like that? Why is it like people be looking like how they are? You feel what I'm saying? And them be the same way they keep up the most shit. They always somewhere clapping their hands, right, ready for some bullshit or punching it. They always do that same. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. It's always the ones who knees go in, they always do this. You know what I'm saying? Or they clap and they ready to fight. They want to always punch something. And they feel like if they can punch something, then maybe they can make whatever they punching look how they feel. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, my mama told me karma. How they feel. You know what I'm saying? My mama said karma got a way of shaping people. So this is like probably years and years of cauldron work. You know what I mean? Every time you got to put some shit in the fluid, right, you losing life. You know what I mean? Not from your body, but from your essence. But again, I don't think they be knowing how they look to people. You know what I'm saying? But how y'all didn't catch certain shit? I don't get it, bro. I told Pop, I don't know if you came to the right generation. Because let me tell you something about these young niggas. We ain't going for shit. We don't know what these folks talking about. And these some loyal young niggas. And these are some loyal young women. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing. They smarter than us. I'm telling you. Listen, 16 years old and younger, these folks is smarter than us. These folks is more dedicated to anything. And they don't give a fuck if it's streaming. All right? If they got a streaming leader and they play the fuck out them Twitch games, bro, you can't say shit about them. You know what I mean? They got books written for them already. They gonna promote the shit out of them daily. They want to be like them. They gonna emulate them. Listen, I'm telling you something. These young people are smart. And I feel maybe, you know what I'm saying, just maybe that was the wrong generation. Because what the fuck, these folks, I'm thrown off, okay? But these folks, like, it's just different things. It's a different situation. COVID babies are guys. Yeah, the COVID baby coming in like, what's up? Like, what? When my niece first found out that I was with Mrs. Faise, she was investigating. She was like, you have a girlfriend? You can't. No, she told Umi I can't.
No, you're not old enough.
Yeah, no, she told Umi that.
I was listening.
Yeah, she said, Omari has a girlfriend, right? And my mom was like, yeah, is he old enough to have a girlfriend? He's not old enough to. This girl just turned 3. Y'all think I'm talking about some 5, 6? She just turned 3. Not too damn long ago. They coming in like really, they the ones who need Nuwapu. They really need it. Because they already, exactly. They need it. They need the shit the most. That's why it get real emotional sometimes when I think about, you know what I'm saying, the children who coming after us. Cause like, I'm the uncle that really can't be around for like the events and stuff like that. Cause I'm always somewhere working, doing some shit. But like, I know that when they get of age, they're gonna be able to see what I was doing and it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But we can't forget about these youth coming in. They on some other level. They on a whole different level. Yeah, they always be them bad bodies. I don't know about that. I'm gonna find out what that science is.
Like maybe because I feel like they genetically programmed them people. Be like, go beat up as many people as you can all your life and be mad. You know what I'm saying? And they be always, every time you see somebody that done got killed, it's always some pretty lady that done got murdered. And then you go look at the murderers, you're like, yeah, they were jealous. You know what I mean? There's always some hatred behind it. Because even the sisters were trying to explain it. She's like, yo, this ain't happening. This is like this. And then it's the bad body. The bad body was like, show that hoe what's in our blood. Show that. And I kept hearing that. I'm like, she keeps saying that. That means something. Show her what's in our blood. I kept thinking about Cain and Abel. You know what I mean? Like, why she say that? I know that's a saying, but still, like, why she kept saying that? Show that hoe what's in our blood. Show what's in our blood. I'm like, damn, this is evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some evil shit. And they be the ones egg it on. You know what I mean? She probably don't even know what she did. She probably still clueless. She probably don't even remember that night. Probably was vexed. But yeah.
Then guess what? How is he going to come out if you people are supporting black devils?
That would have looked like you saying. Everybody look like culprits. Like,
and the people that come around claiming that they got love for Bob and they're going to get him out. Now look at this brother. This brother's supposed to be a part of the interim government, right? Look at his name. As a man thinking so.
It look like Faith Evans.
So shall he be. He's saying he not African, he Native American. I can see why you don't want to be African, because you got a Celtic looking woman with a blonde wig. And you claiming you the interim government with your faded haircut. And all of a sudden you got that, and it's the brother that had his head in the middle of our flag. So ain't nothing like that going to touch something for the master teacher to be free. It don't work that way. You got to be right, mind, body, and soul, all right or not right at all. Now, let me break.
You go to lace front wearing nigga. I really want to know. I hope she going to like what's going on, why he on there. Because again, I never seen this video. I'm seeing this for the first time like y'all. I don't know why Sunrise picture on there. But hey, we're going to see.
Something else down to y'all. This chick here has been a thorn in my freaking side, okay? And I pray to the Natharu that they send back 10 times the energy and the things that she have done to try to take my life. She is a sorcerer, but she has what's called a chameleon spirit, okay? She has the spirit of the chameleons, and she's also a part of a cult. She's not with us. She secretly goes to be a part of some other cult to get satanic powers, because whatever is in her, it ain't human. Here she go here. That's Carla Thomas.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like y'all might have been a little slow in the nation. Cause like, I won't even let these folk, like, what? They look like they was up to no good. I would at least been like, yo, what's up? I don't know. I feel like people might have been a little slow at times, or maybe naive, because how everybody they got this look, huh?
I was gonna say, well, when everybody looks a certain way, how are you gonna be able to discern the ones that do from the ones that don't?
Because everybody didn't used to look like that.
But now most of the people do, and now that whole they're elders, they've been around. You gotta respect them. That comes in. Because it's like, oh, the elders, you got to respect.
Oh, let me tell y'all something. That's another thing this generation don't got. We don't got all that. You got to be respected because you older than us shit. We don't have that. That wasn't given to us, but I don't think we needed it. You can't just be respected just because you old. Huh? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't know. No discernment. It can. What? I don't know how this happened. Sometimes, here's what I want to do. I'm not even trying to be funny. Sometimes, like, even in my dream, I be trying to do this. I be trying to turn back the hands of time, bro. Like, I be wishing, like, yo, if I could just go back with everything I know to being 3 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'd be the most loud, telling on everybody 3-year-old. I would have said this, that, and the third. I would have said, look out for that. I don't know, bro. How y'all miss some of this stuff? Yeah, I bet they did look dark to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, what? I don't know how these folk miss this shit, bro. These are fucking weirdos. These weirdos. I don't know how. I can tell by just looking. And a lot of these folk faces, I know, and some faces I don't damn know. But they all look like they up to some shit. Like they all finna bust out laughing like they know Like all of them know what we don't know about what they did or some shit.
She's evil. Yeah, she could pretend that she good all she wants to. She's evil, y'all. Look at her. Tell me what that is. Okay? And let me read something to y'all real
What
quick
she say?
for my doctrine. Hold on. Oh, God.
Can anybody tell me where the hell Sun Ra came from? Like, do anybody know where he came from?
Oops. Sorry about that.
Look at this man.
All right, hold on a minute.
Y'all know my profile pic is my mug shot, right? Do y'all know that, right? If you didn't know that, okay. It was a short story behind it. It was a free photo shoot. I said, bet. I said, y'all gonna take my picture? They said, yeah. I said, I'm gonna be able to get the motherfucker. It'll be public. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? So I did my hair, all that other stuff, act like I got locked up. You know what I mean? Went in there, took the picture, boom, quick, fast. You know what I mean? Got out of there. I paid bail, but I ain't had to pay for the photo shoot. You get me? Might have been counterintuitive, but mind your business. All right? So y'all notice my mug shot, it don't look like I did it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm explaining? I don't know if anybody understand what I'm saying. Let me see if I can pull this shit up. My mug shot, I don't look like I did it. You with me? And I be seeing folk mug shot like, yeah, they did it. You know what I'm saying? Whoever this is, they did this shit. So let me see. Here go my mug shot. My mug shot look like who I am. It look like who I am. He look like he don't play, but you know what I'm saying? He'll crack a joke. You know what I'm saying? He'll crack a smile. He might be about to smile right now. You know what I'm saying? What you don't see is all the Caucasoids who's standing around laughing because I had their ass cracking up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in that bed rolling, like, because I'm the only nigga in there, you know what I'm saying, in good spirits. Everybody else like, who the fuck is this nigga, bro? Like, we're upset, nigga. We got to go in his head. You know what I mean? But that's what I look like. You can see the little Georgia shit across there. Georgia, da-da-da. Right? Even my bright eyes. You know what I mean? You can even see that. It came like that. I didn't even do no Photoshop, nothing. It's literally, that's how that's how it was. If you don't believe me, that's fine. You don't gotta believe me. Do your research. Don't do your research, because you look it up, they gonna lie to you. They gonna be like, no, there wasn't no eyes like that. So don't believe them. All right? Google is the fucking devil and shit. Okay? But this how it was. And, you know, yeah, it looked like a supervillain and a superhero. It looked like he really just, all he want is like, just leave him alone. Okay, he here to do something. All right. He looking like he know he gonna get out. He concerned don't he look concerned for the motherfucker taking the picture? You know what I mean? It's like you can't look at this and sum it all up. You see this image and it just look like so much. It's like so much being said and expressed. And you know what I mean? They did me the right way because I don't know why the fuck my hair was done, everything. You know what I mean? Nigga had just got it locks braided and shit. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So my mug shot don't look like I did it. Then I was like, when I got out, I said, oh, wait a minute, hold on. That was a free photo shoot. Let me look at Omari Hargrove. The fuck? Hell yeah. Nigga, I'm gonna make I'm gonna take this one and this gonna be the thing. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Get out the gas. You know I don't smoke, nigga. What you talking about? Your eyes got a lot of shit. Yeah, he just look like a genuine person, but I still wouldn't fuck with him. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I'm clearing my whole mind out. Okay, let me see what I see. I see this man. Yeah, I just know he knows some shit. He just knows some shit, and he not average. Like, you can look and tell, bro, like he projecting to this place. He projecting to Earth. And everything he's saying is like, he know none of this shit is real, but he's still playing the game. Like, this ain't, I wouldn't take him for a joke, but I wouldn't take him too serious either. You know what I mean? He right there in the center. You know what I mean? I wouldn't push that button, but you know, he ain't no bully gangster. But I wouldn't take him too serious. I wouldn't take him not too serious. You got to know right there in the middle. You know what I'm saying? That's what I could see.
And something about even how he holding his lips, like he wanted, like the Mona Lisa. I think this, if somebody were to paint this, this could take Mona Lisa for a run. You know what I mean? Because you don't know if he finna smile or he just got through smiling. You know what I mean? Or he finna grimace. It's like he just looking like he not even if he had to do time, okay, whatever, he's still looking like, you know what I mean? This ain't even him. So he a cheat code. Like he a cheat code a little bit. Like, imagine the conversation after taking this man picture. Imagine running into this man in jail. I had all the niggas sitting around. We were literally in jail. All niggas sitting around me learning shit. Niggas sitting around learning shit. That's what we were doing the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? Niggas wanted my my Instagram. We get out, niggas still contacted me. You know what I mean? Or niggas who was in there was like, yo, when I get out, I'm gonna get in touch with you. Imagine what the conversation that happens before this picture and after this picture. Who is this man? Do it look like he gonna be like, all right, and just go sit down? Or he gonna say something. You know what I mean? Did you get it? You got it? Word up. How it look? How that be look? Was this the picture? It might have been a picture where I was like, can I smile? And the lady was like, it was a lady who had said it. So she was like, yeah, you can, but I don't think the judge gonna like that. I said, they're right too. They're right too. They're right too, though. I didn't know y'all were that fast. Damn, the judge get this shit tomorrow in AM? Damn. You know what I mean? So I want to point that out because you can look at some people mugshot, right? Where they away from the public, they away from population, and they don't even know nobody really watching. All they thinking is this for the judge, it's for the cameras. You know what I mean? And then they really can show who they are in that essence, in that moment. You feel what I'm saying? It's a different type of science I don't think nobody ever spoke about. I just wanted to point that out because I seen a nigga Duswa, what do you call it? Or Basil's mugshot. So let me see.
Tell me what that is, okay?
She killing me.
And let me read something to y'all real quick for my doctrine. Hold on.
This is nigga Basil.
Oh, God.
She dropped her phone by me anytime I drop my phone. Look, see, look at his mugshot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna go in on, cause I could. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Like, without all that garb on, without all that jewelry, without all that put on, I don't know. You really look like what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really look like what these folks talking about. Yeah.
I'm about to read an excerpt from it. It says, question, this is on page 129. How is it possible for a person to become possessed? You may think that the only way Patuta, the evil angel, can enter you is through the opening on the top of your head or through your nose. That is not so. Have you ever heard of walk-ins? Mm-hmm. Well, that is exactly what happens. The disagreeable angelic beings are made up of a negative gas, which is called fog. And because your physical being is porous or is made up of pores, this fog can go right through you. And then you become possessed. It says, read What is Nawapu, scroll number 42 by Noble Reverend Dr. Malachi Z. York L.
Yep.
Then it says, question, when walk-ins possess your body, can they make you do things against your will? Yes. Many times after people have committed crimes, they say they don't remember what happened.
Yep.
So, some forces just took over my mind. Well, in some cases, this is true. They plant thoughts in your head to make you hurt other people. And just as easy as they walk in, they walk right out, right back out. Mm-hmm. And there you are sitting in a jail cell, wondering why. Mm-hmm. You can be in an argument with someone and walk away from it. These walk-ins will place that thought, these walk-ins will place that thought in your head of revenge. They don't tell you to go and talk it over with the person. Instead, they tell you that you have to get that person back for what they have done to you. They play on humans' fears of the unknown.
Yep.
It says, can you further explain the nature of the devil? So let me read. It says, in order to understand who and what black devils are and their nature, you must first understand the titles that are attributed to them, such as Iblis, meaning rebellious, meaning liar in wait. Also devil, meaning Halal or Samael. Okay? So I'm telling that to y'all because look at these people. Y'all know these people from years ago. They don't look the same. She don't look the same, man. And you get mad at me, Sakina, but you the one who did some satanic ritual and got into a car accident and you took the lives of other people. And now you suffering. Do y'all know this woman went to sleep and couldn't wake up? When she woke up and she couldn't move, it's called paralysis or something like that. And guess what, Sakina? You gotta go to sleep, sis. And when you go to sleep, you ain't gonna wake. When you wake up, you ain't gonna be able to move. And that's a fact because you can't do dirty and think you're going to just keep walking around like it's okay, especially to a man like the master teacher.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back over here. All right, so I already told y'all, that's me. I already read to y'all from the letter from the Brownstone law firm. Okay? Now, I went to Liberia. This is a picture of me in Liberia. That is an African man from Liberia that works for the courts in Montserrat. Now, this nigga here, this demon, Damon Pryor, went around telling everybody on...
Bro, it looked like they called him man Head. Hey, Head. Hey, Head. Say, Head, where you going? Say, Head, where you headed? Y'all know we used to call certain niggas Head, bro. It looked like they called him man Head. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, what? Win the fuck out of headbutt competition, boy. Oh, damn. This is you blew my mind in the flesh. I'm telling you. I'm telling you something. I'll try to explain to you. Somebody said Megamind. I don't know why you said that. I don't see the evidence. I'm trying to say that his ass smart though, I ain't gonna lie. His ass smart, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying head honcho, for real. No lie, Eddie Murphy, no cap. Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog, facts. Big head science, I hear you. Y'all better stop me. Y'all better stop me. You can doodle on this nigga head. You know he be thinking ahead. I do know that. That's a fact. That's a fact. Head of state. Hey, look, you better relax. You better relax. You better relax. He said, I made up my mind. No, it ain't. That bitch is real. That mind is real. You ain't making this up. Take off your hat, sir. You mean it's pool covering? I don't see no pool covering sign. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Blow pop. I'm done. I'm defeated. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big head now. I'm playing. Wait a minute. This nigga a Martian? Oh, shit. That is the new thinking emoji screenshot. Head Negro in charge. I'm just saying, bro. Why? Why, bro? Why? What's so crazy is it ain't even the angle of my phone. I'm thinking it's the angle of my phone the whole time. But no, it don't really make a difference. Well, I mean, it helped them a little bit, but it's still very present. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Pryor, take your hood off. Take your hoodie off. No, I don't want to take my hoodie off. All right, I'm done.
Almost went to jail. I didn't almost go to jail. They wasn't going to lock me up. I got a smart mouth. I don't suck up to nobody that talks to me like I'm trash and that talks to Baba and says that Baba molested innocent children. Where did they get that from, Damon Pryor? Because you went over there lying on the master teacher, telling them that the reason why Baba's family is not working with him and not helping him is because he raped innocent children, and it's a lie. You are guilty of those crimes. You see how it works, family? And then guess what? 2 weeks ago, after I exposed them, look, it was August the 14th right now.
Putting them A to Z in is for Nubian.
All of a sudden, Sheriff Seals coming up, talking about Nubian, putting them A to Z in is for Nubians Part 3. Oh yeah, they scared now. Because guess what? They messed up, y'all, big time. They messed up. You gonna put an innocent man in prison, a diplomat, take his passport, and you think you're gonna walk around? And you think you're going to walk around, you and your racist, Ku Klux Klan, Clunjo? I don't think so, brother. You going down too. And you know how Celtics do. When they don't want to deal with the wrath of what they done, they get a gun and kill themselves. So now, this is me in Africa. I went to Liberia, and this is the reason why. Let me read you this letter. This was in 2016. You can see it says Legal Mail, Judicial Branch of Liberia, Montserrado County, Office of the Clerk of Court, First Judicial Circuit, Criminal Assets B, Montserrado County. That's where Baba received his documents. It says, read Malachi York, request for certification of diplomatic status. It says, dear consulate. Hold on, let me move up. Let me put this chair here. Okay. Be patient with me, y'all. Okay, it says, dear consulate for the government of Liberia, this firm is counsel for Dr. Malachi Z. York. We prepare the habeas corpus for his immediate release from prison. Dr. Malachi Z. York is being held against his will, family. Dr. Malachi Z. York was a diplomat for your nation. We need sealed certification to that effect and the dates which Dr. Malachi Z. York served as a diplomat. Please provide us documentation as soon as possible about Dr. Malachi Z. York. Now, this is Mr. Robert Siriani. Now, let me explain something to y'all. This was a law firm. They were from Sicily. They were Italians, and they wanted to work hard to bring Baba home. And the lady, she constantly told me that her son was a brilliant man. He's real smart, and that they just need updated paperwork because they're all international attorneys. He's an international lawyer. He's an international lawyer. She's an international attorney. Petra Brownlee, you can look her up. She's an international attorney. And so, like I said, this devil right here, she blocked that. And this devil right here worked with her to block it. This devil right here, they all work together, y'all. This devil right here, they made sure y'all didn't support me, the sister who was doing the work. Oh, no. And now listen to this. Now, this is an update that I sent to a brother. Look at the date on it, right? This is 9/30/14. And look what I said. I said, if you read this update, it will confirm what I was saying about them putting money in that Liberian attorney's account when Ponda Bagdanoon stated on record that the attorney is working pro bono. So then I ask you all to reread this. And I have been telling you all along that they are all witches. Clan mother, Zanitra Cross, Janet Goins, Faise, South Carolina, Michelle Squirrel's wife, the sisters that work in the office in Bastet, and all of them witches. And then I said I am excited because this law firm here this was in 2014, and I just got this with this law firm, and they were working hard, and they told me they was gonna bring Baba out. So I sent this email to a brother whose name I won't mention because he's punking up now, acting like he don't want to work with me and help me. And so I feel like sometimes people do witchcraft on other people that they know are working with me to help me, and they do things to try to mess it up. They cast spells, y'all. They spell casters, all right. And so, and don't tell me, oh, this is not true, this sorcery. Oh, read the book of Revelation, chapter 18. It talks about sorcery, which was the foundation of their 6,000-year rule. So don't tell me witches are not real and that I'm freaking fake. Get out of here. So hold on, let me go get my little thing. Hold on, family. I got some more stuff that I gotta show y'all. Hold on.
This lady got a whole wall full of them.
Okay, I'm only 5'2", so I'm little. Now, what I wanted to show y'all. There was something else I wanted to show y'all why I needed this ladder. Okay. So now, as I said to y'all, this sister right here she's a part of a cult, and they worship the chameleon spirits. And she joined on to them, and like I said, what's inside of her ain't human, okay? I don't know. They open themselves up, like Baba said, when you real negative, you're porous, and they can get inside of you. She's not human, y'all. There's something else inside of her. And now she done turned into this freaking monster, all right? And she tried to take my life on many occasions because of this. Oh, because of this, what I'm doing. And she took the life of other people, too. I believe the sister Kahenti that died, Kahenti kept saying that she went and gave her something to burn, some kind of incense to burn. Okay. So now, okay. This is Baba's handwriting. Now, listen to this, y'all. I was in Marion Penitentiary in 2006. As soon as they heard that my Liberian Diplomat Consul General passport had been reissued, they moved me to Florence Penitentiary in 2007. You see, check the dates. You will see they knew of my diplomatic status and Liberian citizenship, as well as me being a Native American Yamasee, Muskogee, who never was an American citizen. So they keep cutting me off from the family and world, so we can't line things up. Again, what are they doing? So they keep cutting me off from the family and world, so we can't line things up. Now y'all understand why this devil right here, now y'all understand why this demon was assigned to prevent Baba from having writing privileges. You see? Because once we could write Baba, then we can't, they did that so that we can't line things up. Okay? So then Baba was also talking about another lawyer. He said, if this lawyer wishes to protect royals and hide the facts of his violations, I don't wish to deal with him at all. I should not have to convince him to respect the laws he took an oath to. Remember, now y'all need to listen to this part. Remember, lawyers are officers of the court. Please pledge to protect their system, not people such as us. See? It says, P.S. Make note, as soon as they found out in 2006, while I was in Marion Penitentiary, by 2007, I was transferred to Florence, ADX, for no reason, with no documented record of why. Look this up also, and I did. Okay? So I'm telling you that the infiltrators in the tribe saw all this stuff happening, and they hurried up and responded to the government, the GBI in Georgia, the people that illegally arrested Baba, and sent him to ADX Florence Supermax prison to die. Okay? And trust me, y'all, she was a part of that. And he coincides with that, with them. They all work together, y'all. That's Tashaka Malik, that's Sakina Patricia Lewis, and that's Damon Alvin Pryor, the pedophile. And he's gay. I'll tell you about that a little later. They all freaking sleeping with each other, sitting up here trying to pretend. Now, let's read the second part of this letter. It says, now, it's not loss of citizenship how? Hold on, that's one, yeah. Okay. It says, it's not if the United States of America accepts my passport photo on my reissued diplomat passport of 2007 AD while I was in prison from 2002 AD, the fact is the government of Republic of Liberia, West Africa, accepted it and used it on my reissued passport with the stamp and seal from the now seated president. It was Her Excellency Mrs. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She renewed it on June 7, 2006 from the original one issued December the 15th, 1999 AD. So, the government to which I was appointed and worked accepted the photo and used it. Clear or not, it was accepted. Now, also look up the laws on the U.S. government on an American citizen, how they can lose their American citizenship. Look up the law. You will see the 3 reasons. 1, if you denounce your American citizenship by way of petition to a foreign government, of which I did, and we have the documents. 2, okay, let me step down off the step. 2, if you join the armed forces of a foreign government, which I did not do. 3, if you take employment in a foreign government, which I did. So look it up in the U.S. law. You will see that if the Republic of Liberia court did accept my petition and support my claims, November the 26th, 1999 AD, as you read on Liberian court documents, before the 6th Circuit Civil Law Court, July 31st, 2004, His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba, assigned as Circuit Judge of the 6th Judicial Circuit Civil Law Court for Montserrado County, Liberia, duly heard and determined the petitioner, myself, petition of declaratory judgment and thereafter compelled the government of Liberia to proceed and accord the petition, to proceed and accord the petitioner, myself, all his rights and privileges as provided for under the Constitution and statutory laws of Liberia that were due him, myself as a citizen and consul general of Liberia. So in fact, this action alone says if I was a citizen of the USA, I lost it on that day. Let me know you overstand. Look it up the laws. Explain to all who are concerned. P.S. Also, why they fear the fact that I never was in USA citizen as a Native American of Yamasee Muskogee tribe, who are not American citizens, so they have that fear too. You see, now here's this one, y'all. You see, with the medical transfers, a game is played by lawyers, paid, meaning that the lawyers get paid, and institutions. They go to court, yet the court says, we will transfer the inmate to such and such medical penitentiary. Yet the trick word is furlough. So they have it all planned out from the other to say, we agree with the finding, and let's say Florence, then return the inmate back to medical to Florence. That is the game. I recognize it with the NLPA paperwork that Rico and Mike worked on, and asked also knowing inmates about that. They confirmed that is one of the penitentiary's tactic, a setup. They play. Sometimes the lawyers are with them because they already have been paid. Then they say, I know what to do now. More money. I will file this or that. Look this up as well. You see, they've been doing this for many years. So they have been working, they have a working system used over. So they have a working system. Hold on. Let me move this out the way. Okay. So it says, already have been paid. Then they say, I know what to do, more money. I will file this or that. Look this up as well. You see, they've been doing this for many years. So they have been working, they have a working system they use over and over on unknowing inmates and loved ones. Let me know you understand this as well, Pops. You see the games that Hun Tucker been playing on y'all, talking about they're going to get the medical transfer, or we going to get them moved, and then we going to get them out. We going to get them moved, and then we going to get them out. You know what I'm saying? How much money has she collected from y'all? I want everybody who has receipts. I know some of y'all already sent me some, but I need the rest of y'all to send me your receipts and the money that y'all sent to this freaking lying lawyer, y'all, that played games on y'all. Now, this is the brother from the interim government. I already showed you his picture. I just find this disturbing. You know what I mean? Like, why y'all brothers not going out there raising souls? Y'all should be telling these people the time that we're living in, what's going on, what we dealing with. Yep. With all the chaos that's going on, it's all written in our books about the new strand of the virus that's coming out. Yep. It's all in our books about the great balls of fire. But you niggas refuse to wake the people up. But you want to be in charge and try to raise us up and say that you got this esoteric knowledge to do something to bring Baba home, but you dating something that look like this? Come on, brother. Come on. Wake up, family. What is this? Y'all following this fool? Are y'all seriously following this brother? Huh? Because look at his mate. That's his mate. Why she ain't in her garb? Why she don't got her hair natural? Okay? Now, some other things I got to get into, too. Let me see, because I'm pissed. Now, y'all know who this is? This is Hagar York's. This is Hagar York's sister, Radia. And that's her father. They took out a multi-million-dollar lawsuit on the master teacher. A billion-dollar lawsuit. And they filed a lawsuit, and they did a whole bunch of other bad things, and they're no longer here with us anymore. And I want to say this to you, family members, because I don't worship the dead. So he cuts it now because I pointed it out to y'all. So now he keeps it cut. See? He'll never let it grow out like that again because it'll never fall down. Because look what he is. He's a devil. LaFranc, Baphomet, they're devils. His wife was slandering the master teacher, saying, oh, you don't know what that man was doing. Because look, this is the brother LaFranc. It comes out real pointy, like that gremlin called Stripe on the Gremlins. I was like, here we go here. Here go the pointy. You see the beard? You see? You see that energy? So he cuts it now because I pointed it out to y'all. So now he keeps it cut. See? He'll never let it grow out like that again because it'll never fall down. Because look what he is. He's a devil. LaFranc, Baphomet, they're devils. His wife was slandering the master teacher, saying, oh, you don't know what that man was doing with them girls in that house. This is his wife. Oh, she cursed me out so bad over a car that he said I could have, a beat-down car, a 2010 Toyota. I'll talk about that another time. Matter of fact, I don't even want to bring that crap up. Okay, so let's get back to me in Africa. So, as you can see, to hear me speak. And they said they'll listen, and I told them, and they said, job well done. I took some other pictures that I can't find, but I'll find them later on and put them up. And so what the congressman did was he had the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals under investigation. And that's why all these devils started coming for me, y'all. All these witches started casting spells, doing stuff, blocking me, stopping me, making sure I don't got no money. Iris got jealous, trying to lock me up. Oh, y'all should have seen them coming. These is the niggas that lived on Tamaray, okay? These were the people that walked with the master that was doing this to me. And she should know better because she's an answer. So if you want to come with your lawsuit, like I said, bring it. Bring it with your ugly self. Now, this is Vice President. That's Eric C. Hubbard. That's the brother Rahotep with him. He met up with him to bring him some documents for me because I couldn't make it in time. And that's Mr. Hubbard. He's a very nice brother. As you can see, you know, they was willing to work with us. But like I said, niggas in this tribe blocked it. That's President Joseph Boakai. That was back in 2006 to 2018. I believe before he left office, That's at the Arizona State University. I met with him. I took some business cards and I met with some important people. And that's why we are where we are right now, okay? Because I got some African people that are working with me, okay, that introduced me to other people to help their Liberian citizen, okay? So I did make some moves. That's me and him right there. You can see he laughing. They was trying to tell me I couldn't take a picture with him. And I was like, I'm taking a picture with him. And he found it very funny, you know. He's a good man, very nice man. He was willing to listen to me. But you know how they are. They got gatekeepers everywhere. So now, let's see. Let me make sure I covered everybody here. Okay, now I want y'all to see this. What is this, y'all? I know I had this picture up before, but I just want y'all to see this, the comparison. Doesn't that look alike? What is wrong with y'all? How y'all accepted stuff like this in our tribe? Y'all not saying anything. Come on now. She's with a chameleon cult. He works with married species. He works with married jinn spirits. And him, he's a warlock. He works with spirits too. He actually works with Satan. I showed y'all his last name right there. Okay? And I told y'all what happened to them for messing with Baba. So I think the rest of y'all better back up. You see what's happening to her. And you see what's happening to him. They all sick, and you see what's happening to him. He getting ready to go to prison. Okay? So now, let's get with this wall over here. Okay, how long has it been? I've been on this call for 72 minutes now. Now, I just got something I want to say, family. Okay? First of all, let me read this to you. This is from the master teacher. Let me read this to you. It says, this is the Bible Quran names of the Sumerian gods. Psalms chapter 82, verse 1 through 6. You can look that up yourself. I'm tired. This is the Anakim. Hold on a second. Let me drink me some water, y'all. Hold on a minute. Oh. Okay. All right. Now this is important, right? I had to bring this up because Baba had wrote this to me, and I blew the letters up. I blew it up, made copies of them so that y'all could see. And then I'm gonna break down this garbage right here. Look at this. What is this, y'all? Oh my gosh. I mean, we could do better than this, family. Come on, man. This is embarrassing. But let me go on to this. It says, this is the Bible Quran, names of the Sumerian gods. Psalms chapter 82, verse 1 through 6. Anunnaki, Anakim. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 26. Deuteronomy chapter 2, verses 10, 11, and 21. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 2. Joshua chapter 11, 21 through 22. Y'all can look it up. There are called in the Bible deities, gods, Elohim, Elihat, and Nu, the Most High. Called in the Bible in the Quran, Ilion El. Then it says, Baba wrote the thing, he wrote the script there. It says, so the Most High God of Abraham's religion is really the Sumerian deity. Then Baba says, go to Genesis chapter 14, verse 18, Quran chapter 87, verse 1, and John chapter 8, verse 23. It says the above. In the Quran, it says the highest. In Genesis, it says the most high. Right? So then Baba draws this sign, this cuneiform. We seen this on the walls, on the Sumerian walls in Egypt. And it says Mosesism, Jesusism, Mohammedism, and it equals cuneiform for Anu, the Most High God, the Hebrews, Israelites, Christians, Rastas, Al-Islam, in all forms, right? So then Baba breaks it down. It says Anu, to the left he has Enki, Yahweh, Genesis chapter 4, verse 26. To the right he has Enlil, Baal, Genesis chapter 3, 22 through 24, Judges chapter 12, chapter 2, verse 13, the Quran, chapter 37, 125. Then Baba draws the next line here and shows Murdoch El Nebu and the daughter Ninsi Arashtaf Ninhursag, and then The book of Judges, chapter 2, verse 12, 10:6. Enlil, Ninlil, Nun-Herdsag, then Adonai, Lord, Nanar, son El Shaddai. Ashadid, the Quran, chapter 35, verse 7. And then it says here, the devil, Exodus chapter 6, verse 3, Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 17. Allah is a God of fire. The Quran chapter 24, verse 35, Exodus chapter 3, verse 2, Acts chapter 7, verse 30, Luke chapter 10, verse 18, 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14. I did look this up, look it up, family. They really don't know who or what they worship. Inky went to Africa, took 2 Nasdar, black women, had offsprings, studied, and then returned to Mesopotamia. So Adamites, Abrahamites, 2 Mohammedites, right to now worship what and who they know not, for he hides from them. Called the unseen, or if you see me, you must die. Why? What does he really look like? A goat man. Leviticus chapter 17, verse 7. A seir. What? Quran chapter 53:49. The goat man. Baphomet. Satanism. Now, I asked the master teacher, I said, why will you die if you look at him? And the master teacher said, because he's so ugly and so horrible looking, and what you think is God, that if you saw him, you would have a heart attack and die. So that's why he hides from them. That's why he comes in the bush of fire. So now, I brought this up to show you all something, because I'm going to break it down in a minute. Now look at that. O-E-S. See that? Look at that. Same thing. Baphomet, the seal of Baphomet, white on black, redemption of the sigil of Baphomet. The original Samael, Lilith. See, Samael and his wife Lilith, who I told you was the witch Lilith. I don't care. Y'all can think I'm making it up. Call me crazy. You're going to find out what I'm saying is real. Okay? It's real.
Is Waki?
Yeah. O-E-S. Okay? Look at this. Like I said, she's a freaking informant. Her son, Bobby Dixon, and all, I want to tell you, too, about him. When we used to be in a Padar in Georgia, I used to sit up front with the elders because I was 47 years old. But I don't look my age, and I can't help it that I don't look my age. It bothers me sometimes because I at least want to look a little bit more mature. You understand? When you work out, when you run, and you drink a lot of water, and you just, it refines you when you eat a lot of greens. This brother right here walked up to me, used to come to me and harass me, and the elders can verify this, and say to me, you need to move, you're not an elder. I said, he said, I'm older than you, Tyler J. I said, no, you're not. I'm 47 years old. What are you talking about? So every time I came in the building, this nigga would harass me. Now, mind you, this brother is a police officer. You a police officer and you harassing me in the building. I walk in, he walks by with his shoulders and he bumped me real hard. I'm talking about he hit me, y'all. Okay? And I told brothers in the tribe and they did nothing. But see, I was going to punch her in the face and body slam her. But what happened was when I came to class the next day, she had a cast on her finger. Because guess what? Ain't no brother in this tribe supposed to be putting his hands on sisters. You see, I'm going to tell y'all what they do to me. They poke the bear with this invisible needle, and then when I spaz out, they act like I'm crazy. Oh, would you look at her? Would you look at her? But why am I acting like this?
Exactly.
Because these people are jealous of me, and they've been doing things to me to stop Baba from coming home. They're freaking evil. They're not our family, and we are not OES. We are not OES. We are AEO. The master teacher came to giving us what we wanted so we would learn to want what he has to give. So he came with the OES order, the Blue Lodge order, to establish organization in the tribe and to attract members of this tribe who belong home with us through all aspects of life. What you clowns are supposed to be doing. Yep. Look at this picture. Yep. First of all, what is so funny? Y'all tell me, what is it? And why are you on the ground in pissy New York City with rats droppings, dog feces, people spitting and urinating, and you on the floor? Y'all representing the master teacher like this? Y'all look like buffoonery. This is embarrassing, okay? This is embarrassing. Y'all playing, laughing, dancing. Meanwhile, the world is dying. You brothers should be raising souls, helping other people, acknowledge what's going on so that they won't get left behind for what's about to really happen. Y'all know who that is, right? Sinad. Let me tell you what this nigga did. He got to walk into. He ain't human. Like I said, his name is Arkif. So what he does was, because I'm going to tell you something. They work their way up. Okay? You was a child when Baba got locked up, and they worked their way up to positions. They went to Africa, claiming they was working on this, claiming they was doing that. He got 2 other children by some other women over there, which to me is disrespectful to your mate Thuya. What kind of name is that, Thuya? Like somebody Thuya? Okay.
Oh my God.
So I'm saying, you disrespected your mate, your wife, Thuya, who had a child with you already. You went over there in Africa, making babies. What does that have to do with what y'all was supposed to do for Baba? So this nigga here,
She be roasting.
I'm going to stop using the word nigga. This brother here goes to the Pará in Brooklyn, starts doing work on the floors. Then he starts complaining about Baba, saying, I know one thing, he better pay me my money for the work I put in on the floors. First of all, the master teacher's incarcerated. So how he going to pay you for anything? And he has an online bookstore with the sister Lisa Flowers. Okay? They all got bookstores and stuff to establish themselves. All right? And guess what? Baba doesn't care about that because guess what? These devils will do the work. And when they're done, he'll throw them in the fire where they belong with their father, the devil, Baphomet, the goat deity, Baal, that y'all worship so much with the money. It's all about money. He was seen at the at the ball, pulling up in a Ferrari. They was acting like, oh, we gonna be billionaires. We gonna be this. They never ever tell them to show you what they have worked on. And he backed up Duswa to the T. Backed him up. Kept calling me, you better stop saying this about Duswa. I said, listen, check this out. This was about 2-3 years ago. I've been telling y'all on conference calls about these people in the tribe. And he kept protecting Duswa. I said, why is this nigga riding Duswa's jock so hard?
Damn.
Why? I said, in my mind, I said, see, this nigga's a demon. So see, he's one too. They all work together. And y'all tell me, what is this? What is that? This looks satanic. What is that? That's Omar there? You coming to the parade when you are a part of your brother being of your stepbrother or your adopted brother being incarcerated? Baba did all of this for you and your family, and it's the thanks he get. They standing there with their fake flags. What is that, y'all? Tell me what that is. Those of you who have a spiritual eye, if you can't see this, you need to get off the cheese and stop drinking the coffee. Now this brother here, look at him. This is Hootsuite. He works for the government too, y'all. He's an informant.
You know what's crazy? I'm gonna show y'all something.
We were performing this, right? Obviously, that's me, if you don't know. Over here, in this area, right, was this brother. And while I was performing, every time I got to the part where it was like, I was about some FBI shit, I realized I kept looking at him. Now I'm 10 years old now, so I'm not tripping. I realized I kept looking at him.
So he's older than you.
Huh?
He was sitting in the crowd and he's older than you.
Yeah.
That's that dude.
Yeah. Well, his name was, he told me his name was Anthony. He said, call me Senator Anthony. I think Senator might have been the brother word back then. Senator Anthony, right? It wasn't Zamal. But he was like, yeah, call me Anthony or Senator Anthony, something like that. But then it became Huni, and then it became Huntui, I guess now. But I know the brother. I was just,
That's Huni?
yeah. I was just talking to him recently. But I just remember that night, it was a little weird because, like, everybody else was, like, doing what they doing, right? Everybody in the crowd, they moving, you know what I'm saying? So everybody bopping and shit, everybody. But I look over at him, and he looking like this, just looking. And I don't know, even as a child, I'm like, I know adults, they really don't really look at us like that. You know what I'm saying? They at least put on a smile or something. But he was just studying me the whole time. And it was almost like he knew I was talking to him, but I didn't know to be talking to him. You know what I'm saying? I was just, every time I would say something about like acting like our family, with that, I kept looking at him. Now, again, I don't know what she's saying to be true. I don't know if the brother is collaborating or not. I have to put that on record because I just don't know. But I do remember that shit. Like, I do remember. But I also remember, this, that they had a barbershop over in the West End, right? Atlanta, the West End. And in the barbershop, I was 12 years old, right? And it was him. Me and Basil was going at it because I was being told by Tara Bodie, who was my aunt, and I think Fred Bodie might have been saying it, that he wasn't in jail. He wasn't incarcerated, right? I don't know to what extent my dad said it, but I do know my dad had a whole teaching say, is Dr. Malachi York really incarcerated? I know that. But I know for sure my aunt was saying he wasn't incarcerated because she was saying that to me and to my mother, right? For whatever reason. But she was saying all kind of stuff, like she was able to get cars and stuff, you know what I'm saying, because of him and, a lot of stuff, right? So I was telling these brothers, I was like, yo, I said, why is it being said Pop ain't in jail? Pop ain't in jail. I said, well, so what's going on? What is everybody lying about? And I remember Basil, he pacing. He going back and forth. He like, you fucking lying. Da-da-da-da. Whoever, somebody lying to you. And I just remember I looked at him and he was like, brother. He was like, you've been misled. You know what I'm saying? And then he went back to cutting hair. So maybe that's just his character. Maybe that's just how he is, how he was just looking and, you know what I mean? Maybe he ain't mean nothing by it. But I do remember him, the way he said it, it made me rethink, like, maybe that's possible. Maybe I could have been misled about this shit, even if it was my aunt or my father. You feel what I'm saying? So he was like, brother, you've been misled. And went right back to cutting hair. So it made me think about that shit. Then I thought to myself, like, damn, can your own fucking family lie? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really get deeper. And there's a lot of things that I know because I know my aunt, she had at one point in time, and of course, she probably wouldn't want this to be said, but after a certain amount of time, it's like, everybody got to say the truth. My blood aunt, who was Bodie's sister, could have got Pop out in maybe 2004, right? Pop could have probably been out of prison in 2004, somewhere around there, 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. And my Umi could know the exact year. But she wouldn't do it. So they was trying to figure out, and my mama got her own voice on what she gonna be able to bring forth too, because all this shit gotta come around. Hey, what you mean? Don't call me. Hey, you already know I told you don't even call me Faise. You named me Omari. What you talking about? What? I mean, we gonna tell the truth, we gonna tell the truth, or we not gonna tell the truth. What? You know what I'm saying? I know that it's people in my family that could have helped or had hands in some shit and they didn't help. Or, you know what I mean? I know that. So, I mean, I don't bar none. When the truth gotta come out, it gotta come out. I don't really care who it is. And if she need to correct it, and then she'll correct it. But other than that, I know, based off of what I've heard myself and what I was around the witness, my aunt was able to see a lot of shit go down. She was able to see a lot of shit go down. And she had the ability to get Pops out in like 2004. He didn't have to still be in there. So there's a doctor that Pops has mentioned, Dr. Thompson. And I used to like Dr. Thompson. Not that I don't like him now. I just ain't seen him in years. But I think last time I seen Dr. Thompson, I might have been 7 years old, right? Because I think he was dressed as a reindeer for one of the. I'm for real. And I don't understand why he was the fucking reindeer. He's a doctor. I didn't get it. And all these other niggas that could have been a reindeer. Why is the doctor a reindeer? But he went up to me, Amari, he was dancing, da-da-da-da. This ain't the same person no more. But you know, he was dancing, all this other stuff. And he was like, yo, I said, who are you? Who is this? Who's in the costume? He said, it's me, it's Dr. Thompson. And I was so confused and thrown off, like, why is Dr. Thompson in a reindeer fucking suit? It's Dr. Thompson. But anyway, I couldn't see him the same after that no more, because like, why is he doing this? But again, you know, they had all kinds of stuff. It was in Monticello in the, what do you call it? The square. Everybody used to call it the square. There was a Subway there. My aunt's store, All Eyes on Egypt, was there. All this other stuff. But yeah, so I know Dr. Thompson. I remember Dr. Thompson was always a little different to me. Not weird, but kind of different. It seemed like he wasn't really here. It's like he was here, but it's like, I don't know. Like even when he would smile at me, it's like he was smiling past me. You know what I'm saying? But he could see me, but you know what I mean? It's like he wasn't really here. But anyway, he was one of Dr. York's doctors, if I'm not, you know what I'm saying, mistaken. He was one of Dr. York's doctors, and some shit had happened, and they were asking him about Dwight York in court. And he was like, I'm not Dwight York's doctor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Dwight York's doctor, which he was saying he's Malachi York's doctor. That Malachi York name isn't Dwight York, right? But they had Dwight York in the system, or Malachi York in the system as Dwight York. So if he would have come around and correct that, it actually would have been him perjuring himself, all right? Something to that degree. So when it was being said that they needed the papers, they needed whatever the piece of paper was, my aunt wouldn't give it to them. And what I guess what it come down to is if she would have given them that paperwork, Dr. Thompson might have went to jail. And, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the money situation and how she had things coming into the house probably would have been fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't want to give them the paperwork because then Dr. Thompson would have went to jail. But my thing is, here what I'm thinking, as a 25-year-old, 20 years later, right, there's no way you thought Dr. Thompson would have got 20 years. You know what I mean? And even if he would have got a year or 2 years or whatever it is for perjury, which it wouldn't have been that fucking much, right? He would have been out. You know what I'm saying? Or if they tried to give him a lengthy sentence, guess who could have got him out? Guess who would have got him out? Dr. York. So, yeah, this shit really deep. It really hurts sometimes when you realize how deep this shit go. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like he could have got out. He could have been out of prison when I was young. And I remember, this was another weird thing. I remember being at my grandmother's house. I was at my granny's house. And it came on the TV, something about his release, right? And I had wound up going to rest. And I woke up. It had to be like 2, 3 in the a.m. And my Umi and my aunt came in. I remember what my mama was wearing. She had on a black dress. Both of them had on all black. They came into my grandmama's room. She was sitting there on her gray chair doing her numbers. You know, the elders used to do their numbers, like the lottery and stuff. She was doing her numbers. And I just hear my aunt and my Umi dancing and they laughing and shouting and saying, they finna let him out. They finna let him out. Yeah, they didn't win. He getting out. And my grandma was just smiling because she didn't really know too much about what was going on, but she supported her daughter. You know what I mean? Whatever her daughter was in.
So, I just remember that. And then next thing I know, he wasn't finna get out. Like I was confused then. I'm confused now. How he go from he about to get out to now he ain't something done happened. He ain't finna get out. So I look at how many people could have helped Pops. I look at how many people, like, if they would have just not been selfish, he would have been out of there. And it really pains me because I was too young to do anything. You with me? And now that I'm older, everybody watching me to see what I'm going to say or what I'm not going to say. No, I'm going to tell everything I can tell. I'm going to let everything be known because I was there to see a lot of stuff. And some of y'all like, why you not helping your dad run for president? What I say you talking about some shit you don't know. You know what I mean? Y'all don't know these people. Okay? You know what they present to you. So for the sake of the mission, I let what niggas present be what the niggas present. If they going in that direction, helping Pop and all that, or putting it out positively and all that, I let that be, especially when it comes to family. But you don't know me. You don't know them. You don't know us. Okay? You don't know all the shit that done happened behind the scenes. Okay? If my dad is running for president and you don't see me pushing that my dad is running for president, there's obviously a reason for that. Especially being that the president of the United States has the power to pardon anybody. You know what I'm saying? Or to grant clemency. So why the fuck wouldn't I why wouldn't I push that? You know what I mean? But look, there's a lot of shit. Like, again, it's certain ways that certain things have to be looked at. Okay, and you don't have that vision to be able to see it. And if I say it could injure more than, you know what I'm saying? Another thing, you speak certain truths too fucking early, it could injure some shit. So instead of jumping to the conclusion that there's something fishy that I wouldn't help even Uma was like, why you want to help your dad? Good question. It's not why won't I help my dad. It's why hadn't my dad helped me? You know what I'm saying? What was it that damn long? I remember going to my grandmother on my father's side. Her name is Brenda. This was last year. I went to her house. And I was with my brother one of my brothers on my father's side. As soon as I walk in, the lady is like, who is this? She knows exactly who I am, right? She like, who is this? And she tried to kick it. I said, it's Omari, your grandson. She like, who child are you? I said, I'm Fred's son. She said, oh, that what they say? And I asked, I said, what do you mean by that? And she just went on into the kitchen. I'm like, what do you mean, oh, that what they say? And if that what they say, then why the fuck you try to act like you didn't know who I was when I came to this door? You feel what I'm saying? And I swear on everything, only thing that stopped me from going off, other than the fact that she had cooked some good ass food, was that I was with my brother. You with me? Me being with my brother made it be that I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm a cool on her a little bit. Cause she don't know that while I was talking to her about the fact that when I was brand new into this world, there was a test that was taken by a brother named Leon. And Leon, I wound up meeting him when I was 7 years old. And he wanted to shake my hand and give me $20. And he gave me the $20. I was excited about it. I'm trying to figure out who he is. And my Umi walked right up and was like, no. And she was like, get that back. She took the 20. She was like, no, I think she was telling me to give it back. I wound up giving it to her. Either one of the ones, I wound up giving the money back to him. She was like, that's blood money. I was like, huh? I was a little confused. She said, don't take that. That's blood money. She said, this is the man who I was telling you about who went and took the test for your father so that your father wouldn't have to be in the system as your father. You know what I'm saying? Leon Moss, exactly. He went to take the blood test, right? They had set this whole thing up. They had a Nubian sister who was one of the doctors or the nurses, whatever the fuck, at the facility, right? That went in and did the shit. All this shit was illegal to begin with, but they still set it up. They did it. And she went in, they took the test. Leon took the test and swabbed his mouth instead of my dad swabbing his mouth, right? And I gave the money back after he told me that. So my dad didn't swab his mouth. They swabbed Leon's mouth, who was my uncle. And then when the test came back, that wasn't my dad. Leon showed up in the system as my dad. And my Umi was super confused about that because she noticed the only nigga that she had been with, and she knew when I was conceived. You understand? So it was a whole weird thing. But Brenda, the lady who was trying to act like she didn't know who I was, called my Umi, right, years and years ago, almost 15 years ago, and was saying she wanted to apologize for allowing that shit to go down because she knew that it was going to happen. She said it was on her heart, right, that it was on her heart real bad, that she let it go down, and you know what I mean. She wanted forgiveness and da 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 da. You know, and they tried to kick it. So yeah, on paper, that's still not my father because of what they did when I first got here. You know what I'm saying? With the swabbing and shit. So it was a lot of that going on where, you know what I mean? And she tried to kick it, and she had negative shit to say about Dr. York too. But what she didn't want to admit to was, I think it was somebody told me, I can't remember who it was, but somebody told me that I think Brenda, who is my aunt, my grandmother on my father's side, might have had a baby with Dr. York, right? Or either they had a baby with Dr. York, or she had a baby with Dr. York, or she was with Dr. York at one point in time, but she was speaking as if she didn't even know who he was. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing that was coming through. But it's a lot of dark stuff that happened. You know what I mean? There's a lot of darkness that come with, you know what I mean, me being here. So me watching and being wary of people, I started paying attention to how niggas would even move about certain stuff. I remember I went to see my father back in like maybe 2019. Actually, it was 2019 because I was excited about whatever we was finna unlock. You know what I mean? When we met up and I was recording and we went in, we went to the neighborhood, we go up to the house and we knock and we standing outside, you know what I mean? And my dad comes to the door, he said, "Who is it?" Right? And my brother was like, "It's me and it's Omari." He was like, he said, "Omari?" And he was like, "Yeah." He said, "No." Right? And walked back into wherever he was at in the house. And we stood out there, and my brother laughed thinking that he joking and knocked again. He never came to the door. You know what I mean? So you got to keep in mind that around that same time, I was advocating for my father getting into presidency. I only was explaining to him like, yo, you know what I mean? I never asked you for a dime in my life, but you coming to me to ask, you know what I'm saying, for me to advertise for you. I still got a whole family to take care of by my damn self. I done chose not to go to college because my family is homeless. You know what I'm saying? We done finally got into a spot. I got to make sure that we can maintain this spot. Yeah, I don't mind working, but will you make sure that, you know what I'm saying? I think it was at least $300, I was saying, $300 a week, right? $300 a week. And at that time, I think I had built up a platform of like 30,000 followers. So everybody was coming when they found out I was getting shit done and popping up in places and stuff like that. I'm like, cool, but you know, I know this nigga. Like, you pay these other people you don't know. Like, these people make thousands of dollars working with y'all, right? You won't pay your son. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? So everybody expects me to just move and do whatever it is that they saying, you know, need to be done. But I'm like, what about the family I got to take care of that ain't nobody going to help? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying at that time. And because I was saying, yo, we got to get this. Before I'm charging and saying, yo, if I'm doing stuff for free, yeah, it's all love. But if I say, look, I got to handle this. If I stop working on what I'm doing to make money, I'm going out shooting music videos every fucking day. Even if I got to shoot a video for $50, it counts. And it's not hard for me to edit a video. I shoot a music video for $50, $100, or $150, or $200. This is what I'm doing every day to pay bills. I'm working on movies. You can check the track record. The battle movie, I'm doing all kind of stuff. I'm going to prisons, talking and showing the movie in the prisons and doing outreach programs, youth detention. How I'm going to just stop all of that? You know what I'm saying? Because you decide you're going to run for president and I'm supposed to be on the fucking campaign. Without you saying that you're going to make sure that this side is taken care of. I'm not even asking you to pay me. I'm just asking to make sure that my family is taken care of while I'm doing this. Yeah, I don't have no problem helping, but make sure that this is done. Yo, it went 2 weeks and it's like he's not going to pay me. He's not going to. And I think the one thing that he had sent was for like the videos that I had been doing. It was like 180. It wasn't even what we said. And I'm like, well, what are we going to do about the rest? He said, well, I've been wanting to talk to you about that. I want to change this. I want to change that. And I'm showing like, I'm looking at like, yo, what is it that you said? And then I look at the people work that was doing it before me and it don't amount to it at all. I went over and beyond. You know what I'm saying? I had like a movie trailer, all kind of shit for it. It was above and beyond. And these other people just put like a little window movie maker shit together, and they good. These folks get paid higher. You know what I mean? So I never respected that because again, I don't have nothing negative to say about my father. If you notice that, I don't say negative things about him. However, y'all don't know my father. You know what I'm saying? You just know what you being seen, shown. Right? And I'm not in the business of trying to bring down other team players. You feel what I'm saying? So if he's going to be on that team, then fine, let him run. Let him run for president. I told him on the phone recently, about a month ago or 2 months ago, I was like, yo, I literally was just talking to one of my brothers and said I could easily get him elected for president. All he got to do is trust me. You know what I mean? We can't be at war. We can't be at odds. And my father will throw a fucking tantrum quick. You know what I mean? And then now what? I done invested. I done took time away from shit that I done built. And niggas ain't helped me build this. I remember when I was 19 years old and my dad was on the phone with me and I'm talking to him about how I'm going to do this music, how I'm going to change this, how Pop going to get home. I'm having a whole conversation with him about it. And he cut in and was like, yo, he said, let me ask you this question, man. He said, is everybody a fucking rapper? You want to be a rapper? Is everybody a rapper? Why we don't got doctors? Why you don't want to be a lawyer? Is everybody a fucking rapper? Everybody's a rapper. Your brother's a rapper. This and that. I said, yo, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking to you. I don't even know why people be doing that to me, because you bring up all these other people. They wasn't on nothing. They might rap for fun off to themselves every now and again. But I've been doing this shit since I was 5 years old. I didn't understand where all that was coming from. What you mean you want to be a rapper? Why you can't be this? Okay, well then why are you coming to the rapper to help run for president? You had to believe in me from the beginning is what I'm saying. You can't tell me my Umi would run for president and I don't help her. You had to be there in the beginning. I had nothing negative to say about my father, but you had to be there in the beginning. You had to be there when I was trying to figure out who I was. You had to be there for the spelling bees. You had to show up for the awards day. You had to be there cheering me on when I lost. You had to be there for that. Y'all niggas talking about run for president. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Yo, listen, if it was different, it'd be different. So if he get president, that's what we need. Fine, it'll happen. If not, then he know why. He know why. I never walked away. I never walked away. My life has been this. I don't walk away. If I have to endure every time I say Pop name, well, guess what? That's what I have to do. I got a whole record of how many times I done said Pop's name and made Pop songs and introduced his name to people in my schools and did programs and contests in his name and all kinds. This is a whole fucking record. That's how I wound up meeting John Lewis. You know what I mean? These folk know. Everybody knows. You know, but some people was like, next thing you know, niggas is gone. So, no, it ain't like that. You had to been there. Don't ask me about my father. You don't fucking know me. And you don't know my dad. You know what I mean? Now, that ain't no disrespect to Uma. I'm talking about that sunrise nigga who tried to take that shit and run with it. I'm talking about some, yeah, that's strange. No, you're strange. You look strange. You dress strange. You know what I mean? It's strange that they let you near the craft like that. You know what I mean? It's just strange where you even come from. But these people don't know me. They don't know my dad. There's a lot of other dark stuff. And my thing is, all the truth gonna come out. That's me. Nobody ain't gonna tell me be quiet. Nobody ain't gonna tell me be silent. It's a lot of dark shit. You feel me? And I can vouch for what I can vouch for. All that other shit I can't vouch for. If my dad would have been right there, you know what I'm saying? Right there with a nigga like, you don't gotta be in my life to be in my life. Then that'd be another conversation. But you don't just get to come in after I done built this shit up by my damn self. And the only person I can look to the left and to the right and be done seen since I could know how to see was my Omi. You know what I'm saying? That's the only person, my mama. Other than that, nobody gets to come in. Nobody. You know what I mean? I remember my aunt was even telling my mama that she'll go over her head when it come to me. And I almost went off on my Omi just for bringing it to my attention. I almost went off on her. I'm like, yo, do you not know who you raised? Do you not know that you raised me to have sense? You don't have to be worried about who the fuck gonna come in and do that. They can't do that. I almost went off on her. And that's my mama. I got offended that she would even say as if this lady could go over her head and get to me. What? I remember everything. I remember all of that. I remember when we needed help. We needed help. We was reaching out to everybody. Okay? I remember that my Umi was going to buy a $2,800 purse for my aunt. She was going to buy a $2,800 purse, right? Just because my aunt wanted it, right? And they in the store, and then at the last minute, my aunt might have changed her mind, I think. Okay? A purse, a little bitty purse, about the size of y'all iPhones now, right? She just wanted it because it was Louis Vuitton. She was going to buy it, right? She wound up changing her mind, so she didn't buy it. But she was gonna buy it for her if she didn't change her mind, right? So my mama would have bought her that $2,800 purse. Okay, my aunt was like, never mind, she don't want it no more. And we was about to get put out of our house in Monticello. As a matter of fact, it was my aunt who told my Umi to come up to Monticello, you know what I mean? Because, she had lost her mother, which is my grandmother, right? Which I literally lay eyes on her in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand what death or none of that was for real. You hear about it, but until you looking at it and you like, yo, this is my granny. And I listen, the first time I was able to cry about that, like really cry, was in front of my Umi less than 2 years ago. And this shit happened when I was 7. I never was able to cry because I kept running from, I couldn't accept it. You know what I mean? And that was real heavy to see my Umi have to go through all of that. And she was like, you come up to Monticello, I got you. We moved up there and, my mama was by herself. Ultimately ended up by herself. So I think all my Umi needed was like maybe $2,000, right? She just needed $2,000 because it was like we was back on the rent, something like that. And she told my Umi no. She told her no. And this ain't no purse. This is a whole house. This is your nephew. These might not be your nieces and nephews, but this is your nephew, right? I remember that. And I remember how it fucked my Umi up because when my Umi was up in those days, she looked out for everybody and their mama, right? And they daddy and they uncles and aunts. She looked out for everybody. Every time I'm turning around, my mama was giving somebody some money, checking on children, giving people more than what they asked for, giving my aunt's mother money, right? Because she would always be asking for it. Giving my aunt's father money because which is my grandfather, you know what I'm saying, who would always be asking for some money. And she would always be looking out for everybody, but she asked for $2,000 in the midst of having already lost her mother. Okay, she's up here. She don't know nothing about none of this area, nothing like that. She ain't in the city where she could have made moves, you know what I mean? And this lady told her no. And we wound up being homeless again for a while, okay, or something had happened and we wound up having to go to Athens or something like that. Or I don't remember exactly everything that played out after that. I just remember the pain that my Umi felt because of that. And again, I didn't forget that. So I don't know how the hell she could come and get anything. You know what I mean? And she know because she comments every now and again. You know what I mean? But she know, like, you didn't help me. And everybody knew who the star was. That's the thing. Everybody knew whose son was the star. Everybody knew. And my cousins didn't have no issue with me. Okay, it was just always the adults that had an issue trying to find out whose son gonna be the top star and all this other stuff. But my cousins, we didn't roll with each other like that. We looked at each other as stars. You know what I mean? We children. We not trying to compete with each other, see who can rap better. We not doing none of that. We cousins, we blood. But that ain't how the adults was looking at this shit. So it just wound up being that situation. So ain't nobody gonna be able to come in and do nothing, bro. I don't know who none of these folks think they are. But your son is not a little child no more. You know what I'm saying? And even as a little child, he wasn't no fool. But he is not no little child. He's a grown man. He's almost a grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? I think by the time you hit like 29, 30, then I'm going to be like, I'm a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm a grown man. You feel me? I make my own decisions. And I can stand up and look these people in their eye and say, you abandoned my family. And I don't understand how. Same way I don't understand how they abandoned Dr. York. When he looked out for everybody, I don't understand how everybody left my Omi to fend for herself and all her children when she was looking out for every motherfucking body. And when things got rough and tough for her, nobody wasn't there for her. You know what I mean? And we had to go through all that shit ourselves. And anybody think they can jump in and ask me to do anything without buying in? Like, you're going to have to really buy in. Like, you're going to have to not only make sure I'm straight, you're going to have to make sure she's straight to even get that combo out of me. You feel what I'm saying? Other than that, no, I got her. I got us, you know what I mean? I got all my brothers and sisters, and I got the rest of the world that I'm having to look out for, that I don't get to take a break away from every time I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to go and splurge because it's not how my heart operates. You know what I mean? So don't tell me about nobody running for nothing, doing nothing, da-da-da-da-da. That's him. He know that. He do that. Okay, cool. I salute that. I support that, but I'm not involved in that unless a nigga come correct. That's deeper than just no family. You know what I mean? And I be saying the same shit about my mother if my mother did me like that. You know what I mean? When you get older, beyond family, it's people. Remember, these are people. You feel me? And certain shit ain't okay. And certain shit still gotta be set straight. A lot of stuff gotta be set straight. You know what I mean? That shit break my heart. That my own aunt could have got him out. She could have got him out. But she just literally didn't. And I remember she said some shit like, she said, I won't even get my own son out, something like that. Cause she was on the phone with him. And he was trying to figure out why she was talking to him like that. Like he asked, he's like, how's your brother? Da da da. Why the fuck? He's like, why the fuck you ask me how that nigga is? Why the fuck you ain't ask me how I am? Da 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 da. Pop been in prison for this damn long. It wasn't that long ago. And he was just like, okay. He didn't know why she was talking to him like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know why people are how they are. All right? I don't know why people did how they did. You know what I mean? I'm disappointed. I'll say that. I'm disappointed in the Nuwabians. I'm disappointed in the Sabians. I'm disappointed in the Ansar Allah community. I'm disappointed in the NOI. I'm disappointed in the Masons and the Eastern Stars. I'm disappointed in the Moors. I'm disappointed in the Hebrew Israelites. I'm disappointed in the Christians and the Muslims. I'm disappointed in all these organizations and everybody. I'm disappointed because I was new to your world. I didn't know nothing about any of this, but I was for sure that y'all was going to get this shit together. I was for sure that if for nobody and for nothing else, for the person who came through and made sure all this shit was set straight, that y'all was going to at least help him out. That y'all would at least have not left him in the belly of the beast. And it broke my heart when y'all showed the other way. I just got here. And people love to throw that in my face, right? But you forgetting I represent a whole motherfucking generation of people. They just didn't have the loud voice. But we looking like, what? What is this? And everybody younger than me is looking like that too. Like, what is this? So I'm disappointed. I have the right to be disappointed. And I don't bite my tongue. If you know my mama, if you don't, I'm going to tell you, if you're in here, you should know her son or you should know your nephew. I don't know why you did that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? And I'm out here screaming on these people. And we let the whole truth be told. You could have got them out a lot earlier than they could have. You feel me? I don't know why you did that. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Other than maybe the money thing, but that's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Papa multi-millionaire. If it was some money shit, he could have helped that. You gonna let him fall for some shit you know he didn't do. And my aunt got a lot of phone calls that never were released, where the people that Taba Jet is naming, Dr. York named them back when I was 4 or 5 years old. She got the recordings of the shit on CDs. Way before it was the internet recording shit. She got them CDs of him naming Rico and Rick and all these other, I think he might have named Leon. He named a lot of fucking people, y'all. And my mama was like, yo, you need to put them calls out. My aunt was like, fuck that. Fuck them Nuwabians. She ain't doing that shit. You with me? So no, it's like, it's way deeper than what people think, bro. Like, I'm so fucking twisted about this shit. I don't get it. How? You know what I mean? This shit hurt your heart. Cause I get off this phone and I'm still like, you know, I feel Pop. I feel him. Right? He came and gave his whole life. And then this nigga Sunrise talking about as soon as Pop get home, he gonna run up. He got questions for him. I said, bro, hold on, bro. Y'all remember I said that shit before the shit even turned out how it turned out. A while back I said that shit. I said, hold on, bro. I said, boy, ain't nobody coming near Pops. Let's kill all that right now. Ain't none of y'all niggas coming nowhere near him. He like, damn, like that Faise, you gonna gatekeep? I said, bro, call it whatever the fuck you want. He said, how this gonna happen? I said, I'm orchestrating it. What you talking about? No, nobody coming near him. You know what I mean? Like, it's been so long, bro, and the first thing the nigga wanna do is come ask him some shit. No, we got questions for you. He been in there so damn long, there should have been another motherfucking master teacher out here by now. There should have been somebody by now, bro. Somebody that could do what he do, right? Or speak the languages he speak, or could translate, could have did all that and brought the sciences. So if ain't nobody out here and it's been 22 damn years, just maybe he is who the fuck he say he is, you fucking dummies. It's like, I'm screaming at the screen. This ain't my fight. I'm screaming at the screen like, bro, y'all are dumb. That's so fucking stupid. That's stupid. Then there's a glitch in the matrix. Niggas will say Malachi York and then say Rashad Jamal in the same fucking list. That's a glitch. You gotta be stupid to do that. You gotta be dumb. That is a glitch. They did that on purpose. Niggas say, Young Pharaoh, Dr. York. Whoa, bro. What? That's why I said, let's really do it then. Let's really go master for master. And let's see if that dumb shit hold up. And nobody came forth. Where's y'all? You can put a package together, put a case together. Let's go master for master. Show me who can who got more works. Who is really the scholar in all these things? Who's the translator? Who's the multilinguist? Come on, bro. It don't exist. It don't exist. Nobody built pyramids here. Nobody do none of that shit, bro. Gave us a language. None of that. That's why I be saying niggas like 19 Keys, them type of niggas don't even speak Arabic. You know what I mean? And that's their religion shit. They religion speak Arabic. Them niggas don't even know how to pronounce some of the fucking words that they do know right. They don't think they ever had to. Why? Because Dr. York wasn't on the scene. But if Dr. York was on the scene, there wouldn't be no 19 Keys. There wouldn't be no Nature Boy. There wouldn't be no Young Pharaoh, no Rashad Jamal. There wouldn't be no whoever these niggas think they are. No Lifeway, Manessa, no Atmos, no nobody. There would be no motherfucking body. There wouldn't need to be no Faise One. I'm telling you that now. There wouldn't be no reason for it. Not with what we doing, because that's him. All this shit is him. It's all him. You know what I mean? So, some shit, I'm not trying to hear it. And the older I get, the less I'm going to try to hear. I used to be able to hear more when I was younger, but I'm not going to be able to hear this shit the older I get and the wiser I become. And the time is short, you know what I mean? And fast. You know what I mean? The older I become, the wiser I become, the less time I realize I have to do any of this shit. You know what I mean? And I just know it's a lot of people who was fools. You know what I mean? These people were fools. Why would they let this happen and do nothing? All I'm asking is, if you can, I don't get it. I feel like the nigga Pilates asking like, yo, you seen what this man done? What? And there's nobody who's heard his voice. That if you listening with your own discernment, your own soul, you can't hear his voice and be like he's guilty of any fucking thing. You can't hear it. And then you listen to all this shit. Even the phone calls he was doing yesterday with Tyler Jet's phone calls. You listen to his voice and how he talking and how he's still explaining stuff and breaking it down. You have yet to see one clip or hear one clip of him saying, I didn't do this stuff. I'm fighting for my life. You can't, but they try to compare. They try to compare the situation. Listen, as soon as he went in, he was still teaching. So he go in, he get on the phone. He not having no regular phone call. He'll call my lawyer. He ain't doing none of that. He get on the phone and say, here goes the game. They doing this, they doing that, because it's da-da-da-da. Yeah, probably they do that, right? Yeah, because that's that. And then when they doing that, that's what it is. I told you, because that was going to be that. That's how, what? You feel me? And he explaining everything. And he was trying his best not to fuck everybody life up who behind this shit. I know he was. That's the only thing that be hurting me too, because I know, like, what? He was trying to look out for everybody, protect everybody. He be the same people talking about when he pled guilty. But he literally explained why. He explained, first of all, he said he never saw, fuck all that. I'm gonna let you talk, Pop, because they don't want you to speak. You know what I mean? They don't want you to speak. They don't want my Umi to speak. They don't want me to speak. Okay? This is the year of the orator, though. We gonna help that light get out. We gonna help the speakers who been trying to, y'all been trying to get, I told you this is the year of the orator. All y'all with a voice, y'all gonna be heard this year. You feel what I'm saying? This is that year. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Any story you got that you know some shit done happened, I don't give a fuck if it's brother, sister, da-da-da-da-da. Yo, if you gotta speak the truth. We purifying that throat chakra. This is what the year is. That's why that blue light finna come this year. You gotta speak the truth. You have to. And don't have no fear, because there's too many fucking ants running around now. You You know what I mean? They don't know what to do. They bumping into each other. Da, 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 da. They scattering. Don't have no fear. They're discombobulated. This ain't even a day and time where they can do moon magic and succeed. You hear me? Don't have no fear about none of that. Every hit they gonna try to do, all that shit is failing. You know what I mean? And backfiring on them drastically. Y'all understand I'm explaining to you? I'm telling you. Let me see what I can find. Because I know I got this shit saved where he was explaining. I said, damn. And they don't never show little clips. Like, they'll show Dr. York in the courtroom pleading guilty, but they won't show y'all how he walked to the stand. So I'm going to show you how Dr. York walked to the stand. Like, how you going to not show the part where he was walking to the stand? You with me? You want to know why they don't want to show that part? I'm about to show y'all something. And I don't like saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Trigger warning, you know what I mean? But I'm going to show y'all what they didn't want to put in the documentary. I'm going to show y'all what people didn't want to make big, right? The children and the children speaking. I'm going to show y'all what Captain Cesariat, WAC 100, Hocus 4/5, they never talked about. They never said, they never showed because they didn't give a fuck about what we felt and what we went through. They didn't give a fuck about us having guns to our head. They didn't give a fuck about children being put in jail, but they call it DFATs. But really, they locked a lot of the children up, separated us from our families. You know what I mean? They didn't talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. All right? They want to swear everybody was getting abused and hurt. That's why I said in the 21 Savage song, I said, folks talking about we was abused without asking us. I said, I guess they don't care how that scrutiny battered us. That scrutiny itself was battering us. That was abuse. You know what I mean? You're ostracizing us, dealing with us like we was some cult. That abused us. You allowing for these people to run news stories and newspaper stories and these documentaries and stuff, and y'all clapping along and talking about some shit that you were not there for at all. That's what battered us. That was abuse. You with me? That when we can say Rahu back, we're speaking a language that was given directly to us. Y'all say hello. And you don't check why you say hello. Hello. You don't ask why. You know what I mean? You call us a cult by doing for each other, by each other. We had our own currency. We had our own firefighters. We had our own police department. And we had our own land. What are you talking about? We didn't need anything outside of those parameters. And there was expansion of land. There was going to be 1,000 acres, what they don't want to tell you. They'll talk about the 476 acres, but they won't tell you that it was another 500 acres that was on his way. You understand? And this is back in the fucking 90s and early 2000s. People just now getting 400 acres. After all these damn years with all them damn people. And Dr. Malachi York, who they try to step over, did that shit without all them damn numbers. You with me? Without all the support. They didn't ever call him on no forum. They didn't want him to come up and debate. You know, they do all the debates with all these other people. They wouldn't have him on. They let Farrakhan come on. They let everybody come on and speak. They would never let Dr. Malachi York come on and speak. All right? And anytime a news reporter was able to put the microphone in front of his mouth, they were trying to cut half of the shit he was saying. You know what I mean? Because he was actually speaking the truth. And I don't feel that the government sees people who on some black shit or some black power shit as a threat. I don't feel they see them as a threat. What I know they see people as a threat is people who are going to actually elevate the consciousness of a whole people, regardless of whether or not you're a melanin dominant, melanin recessive, Anglo-Saxon, whatever, Mongoloid, Negroid, you and me, anybody, Hindus, everybody, or Indians, whatever you want to call them, Pakistani, Arabs, whatever. Everybody was able to wake up because his voice was penetrating all these different worlds. You with me? So again, I said to 21 Savage, nigga, you remember playing on the beach? Like, bro, that didn't feel like no. Now, every time we see sand, your mind go back to Tamaray, bro. We had a beach on our land. Do you understand what I'm explaining to you? We would walk from over by the damn, the train place, over by the pyramids with the pond and the burgundy bridge and the white railings and the little pharaohs. It was magical to me that you could have pharaohs. And I used to wait and see when the water would run out. But, because I'm a child, I'm 3 years old. So I'm trying to find out when the water going to stop pouring out this pharaoh's mouth into the pond. But it never stopped pouring out. So that was magical to me. Another magical thing. Some niggas talking about I wasn't there. Ask them niggas about the telepathic communication devices. Right? Where you sit in the, this was an experience we were given. You sit in what looked like a bowl, right? And you could talk to somebody on the other side of the land. And it's surround sound. You with me? And it's literally like however they had it connected, It's like you're sitting in a seat, and the seat is a phone. And the other person on the other side is sitting there, and they're talking to you. Like gods used to be able to do. A surround sound telephone device. Come on now. It was all kind of technology on the land. The Ark of the fucking Covenant was on the land. They won't tell you these things. The actual device. The device, not the allegory. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what you're talking about. These folks weren't worried about the children. How they were worried about the children, and they came through hoping to slaughter us. You understand what I'm explaining to you? Do you know that outside of that same compound, the government placed a whole bunch of refrigerated vehicles with refrigerated vans with body bags in them? That they expected that we was going to be some type of violent people, that they was going to be able to tussle with us, and they wanted to kill us. That's what they came there to do that day. They came to slaughter us. They didn't come to free no children, help children from being abused. They came to slaughter my family. You with me? And everybody, in Putnam County, everybody who was there was family. There wasn't no such thing as that ain't your child running there with the big little head. You know what I mean? You're going to look out for him too. You're going to tell him to back off the railing too. Yeah, you can look at the fish, but don't be too close. You'll fall in. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how everybody dealt with. Yo, have y'all eaten? Where your umi? Who's your umi? Okay, y'all come eat with us. You know what I mean? That's what? 476 acres of land. I was never told to hold hands with my brothers and sisters when we got there. You got to explain that. And these were melanin dominant women. They don't play about their children. You know what I mean? Black women don't play about their children. Those who call black, if you didn't understand melanin dominant. You with me? You don't care if it's wherever you at. You're going to hold the buggy. You're going to hold hands. But we on 476 acres of land, and I never heard a single parent say y'all stay together. We just get on the land first. As soon as my little sandals, I had little sandals. They're about this size. This is how I remember. All right, I used to use these sandals to draw, pathways in the sand around pyramids that I was building. You know what I mean? I was making the aerial version of, or the aerial view of Tamaray, putting the Mukaraj lanes around the pyramid. You know what I mean? I didn't know that until I realized I got older. I said, wait, that was an aerial view. How did I know what Tamaray looked like from the aerial view? You know what I mean? And before I even could have seen that. You with me? But that's what I saw in my vision when I was making them pyramids. And I knew I was supposed to be building them pyramids. You with me? So it wasn't no game. 21 Savage, remember, bro. But if people didn't want to stand the scrutiny. So every time people coming out calling us a cult and shit, and if I ask you to tell me something about anything concerning the actual movement, you don't know shit, bro, you were doing the devil's work. You was helping them. They were trying to sweep this under. Somehow they don't call the NOI a cult. Somehow the NOI is not called a cult. Somehow Masons are not called cultists. They're not a cult organization. They're not a cult, right? Somehow the Moors are not a cult. Somehow the Christians are not a cult, right? Somehow the Muslims are not a cult. But if we go and look up right now, what qualifies something as a cult? Okay, I bet you Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, all right, Sikhism, all these things go into that category. And nobody calls these religions cults. Nobody. But the one melanin dominant group of people who figured this shit out and started moving this shit further, y'all let them call us a cult. And then you see how I'm able to stand and talk from every holy book, do all these teachings, and everybody asks me all kind of questions from astral projection to psychic self-defense to the chakra system, to math and social studies and the temperature and physics and chemistry, the alchemy breakdown. Y'all done see me break all that shit down with all that background knowledge and middle ground knowledge. And you're going to tell me I was a part of a cult, but I'm smarter than all these motherfuckers? Come on now. I'm a part of a cult, but can't none of these so-called conscious community leaders go toe-to-toe with me? You know what I mean? No, he was raising scientists. He was raising people. The word science means to know, who will go out and know and not believe anybody. That's not a cult. Cult leaders don't say, don't believe me. Cult leaders say, if you don't believe them, you're going to hell. You with me? I'm telling you, go look up what a cult is and ask me, is that how religion functions? But nobody calls these people who are part of these religions cults. It's not fucking fair. It's stupid. And then I say, show me one movement of people who was melanin dominant or black that was called a cult before Dr. York. Show me. Because cult was a word they would use for like the Satanist people that was doing like blood sacrifices and shit, or suicide cults, which was a fucking psyop, by the way. They won't tell you that. Okay? And all the people talking about they drank cyanide and laid down and died. It was already been broken down. Cyanide, you ain't gonna just lay down and die. And then he was like, so why all these people had on new pairs of shoes? They went out and got some new shoes to go and die? You know? No, he said them people were killed. They were killed. And it was somebody who was in one of the Star Wars characters was there, and she was involved in some shit, higher level government shit. Something was going on. And they killed those people and said that they drank some Kool-Aid and killed themselves. They set all that up. There's a lot of that going on. So it was called suicide cults. They were all Caucasoids. It was all white people. Before Dr. York, who had these folk calling a cult? They played y'all. They played y'all. They played y'all. All that Heaven's Gate, all that, this fucking government is smart. They're smart. They were trying to bully Pops into telling them who was in them crafts. Right? Same thing they did to Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They won't tell you this. That when certain crafts would pop up over wars and stuff, they called the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him, and was saying, yo, who's in the crafts? Who was that? Who was that person? Right? Or tell us what you know about this vehicle. All right? We just seen this vehicle pop up over, what was it, Persia. All right? It was the Persian Gulf. And Dr. York said to some people, he was like, I just got a call from one of my friends. Right? He said, they're an extraterrestrial. He said, there's a war going on, and they're going to have a craft pop up out of nowhere, and it's going to scare the shit out of them. Right? He told us before it happened, and then it happened, and then everybody was shook about it. Say, yo, where the fuck did this vehicle come from? And they couldn't do nothing. They were trying to shoot at it. Nothing would happen. It just popped up and was just sitting there. Right? You got to really go look. I know you probably won't find none of this shit, but this shit it's in his books. Before they started to restrict the airways, right, and the internet and take control over the narratives, they used to have newspapers. So if you had a newspaper, right, ain't no such thing as you're going to delete every newspaper in everybody's house. So they might be able to kick it and act like they didn't say they filmed heaven on one of the telescopes or caught a picture of heaven on one of the telescopes, or that they were detecting a mother plane that was in the solar system way before the Pentagon came around and said the shit. But they ran it in the newspaper, and over 100 years ago, they were talking about the shit in the electrical experimenter. I got the shit right here. And they called him crazy. Giant Ed found floating in space. These were the newspapers. Remember, the newspaper used to tell the truth. Right? Hubble telescope takes photo of heaven. Look, niggas just now finding out about that shit. Niggas just now seeing a TikTok video on that. This is in Pop's book. Right? Come on now. They don't know how to describe or what. Look, come on now, Pop, talk to them. Because they don't hear me. Niggas just now seeing that video. Pop talked about that shit 30 fucking years ago. And everybody said he was crazy, but now y'all out here talking about what he was telling every fucking body. Silly billies. Right? Where's that? May 5th, 2000, for the first time in 6,000 years, planets in doomsday alignment. Forces of fear deep in space. In 2 years' time, on May 5th, 2000, these planets will be more or less in line with Earth, our moon, and the sun. Experts fear gravitational pull will be so intense that it will wreak devastation on Earth. They claim the pull will be much stronger than a normal force from the sun and the moon, which governs the tides of the oceans. It could cause tidal waves and spark earthquakes and volcanoes by tugging at the Earth's crust. Pop was talking about this shit even before they came out and said it was May 5th, 2000. He gave that date because they put that date out. They tried to call him crazy. They put the damn date out for the alignment. Look, you with me? What else we got? World to end, year 2000. Astronomers confirm it. Now desperate NASA scientists are in secret race to destroy menace. Listen, with monster nuclear missiles. Newly discovered Bible scrolls reveal rogue star will pull the Earth into collision with sun. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's multiple Nibiru's. Let me tell you something before we keep reading. Okay? There have been multiple missions. They've been trying to get to y'all, whoever we talking about, for a long fucking time. And there's been Star Wars. Okay? Let me tell you what Pop said verbatim. Right? He said, I've been telling you, you know what I'm saying, for years about Nibiru. Right? He said, now that the man is telling you on the news, now here you come saying, is that thing behind Hellbound, is that Nibiru? He said, I described it for you. Right? He said they described it for you 4 times the size of planet Earth. He said, I described it for you before it even appeared 4 times the size of the planet Earth. He said, they said it's a living thing. He said, I said it's a living thing. Right? He said, they said it disappeared. He said, how does something 4 times the size of the planet Earth disappear? It's verbatim. He said, no, they're shooting at it. He said, you're living in a day and time where there's a Star Wars. He said, those explosions you see at night when there's no rain, right? He said, that's just Star Wars. They've been shooting at God's crafts. If people say that's not possible, then you don't know what you're talking about. Revelation 12 says Shaitan and his angels fought Michael and his angels in the heavens. God wouldn't have no army if God didn't need to be protected. They wouldn't put no cherub in the front of the gate of the Garden of Eden if they didn't have to protect that terrestrial paradise, which was a craft flying around in your atmosphere. They had to protect it. So, yeah, they've been shooting at it and shooting at them, which is why they would have been revealed themselves to you. But to come into your atmosphere and reveal themselves is to spark a nuclear war, all right? Thermonuclear war has already happened before 12,500 years ago with Lemuria and Atlantis. There was a similar type war. But for God to reveal himself too early, okay, without having rectified certain situations, is to cause a nuclear war to happen. And your governments are going to press buttons to try to destroy everything. And they'll do that before they give over the reins. They don't want to admit they don't run the planet Earth. They're not even the only living beings on the earth. Okay? There are other governments here that they have not told you about. There are lands, all right, that they have not told you about. There are worlds here inside the world that they have not told you about that are way more advanced. That Wakanda that they showed you is not a myth. It's not a myth. Those vehicles are real too. Those anti-gravity vehicles, those interdimensional technology vehicles, they're very real. Quantum stealth technology, where you think they get it from? They showing you it's real now. Remember, I was crazy on Clubhouse. Now they coming out telling you these niggas got invisible technology. All right? Why did I know about it? Dr. Damn York. He put the shit out. Long time ago, Man from Planet Risk was talking all about the different types of technology they got. And now they putting it in the fucking movies. Man Who Fell to Earth, all this other stuff. You see the Chinese people coming out with the invisibility cloaks from Harry Potter. All this shit is technology. You with me? So, yeah, he said they was shooting at it. Talking about it's a menace in space. They got to destroy with nuclear missiles. Okay, what happened? Why didn't it come? What did they do to it? What took place? Right? What exactly is Nibiru? Nibiru means planet of the crossing, or planet that crosses the skies. The word Nibiru comes from the Ashuric, Syriac, Arabic root word Nabara, which means to raise, elevate, to go. It is a derivative of the Aramaic word or Aramic word or Hebrew word nebresh, which means to give light, okay, to shine. Nibiru is a craft that is a mother plane. All right? Everything he's saying, your government coming out and saying now. They got it. Up under the Freedom of Information Act, you could go and find that shit. They done release all these documents in the vote, from the vault. The Above Majestic documentary was confirming everything Pop was talking about. The Gaia channel was literally copying what he's talking about and whitewashing it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. But they want y'all to think we crazy. And all we trying to say is the shit is real. They just want you to think we're crazy. That's why they make movies, the sci-fi movies, all of that. You know what I mean? So that you can look at us and say, we trying to copy a movie and don't realize the movies are copying us. Or the movies are copying some of your ancestors' stories and what really was recorded. Like the Lakota tribe recorded extraterrestrial stories. All right? The Hopi tribe recorded extraterrestrial stories. The Navajo tribe recorded extraterrestrial stories. The Wichita, every tribe has an extraterrestrial story. They talk about star people. There's a Hopi celebration ceremony where they all get together and they dress somebody up in what looks like an astronaut suit, okay? And they dance in circles because they're celebrating the return of whoever that being was that was called a Krishna or one of the star fathers that said he came and taught everybody and then left and said he'll be back. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? He came and taught everybody, left the planet, and said, I will return one day. Not only is that Jesus' story, you want to know who else's story it is? Tahuti's story, or Thoth's story from Egypt, said, I'll be back one day. I will make my return. I will reincarnate into your plane. I will come back. Exactly, Thoth. Every story has a story, every culture has a story of some Kachina or extraterrestrials who left the planet, right, and came back. They visited here, said, we got to go handle some business, and came back. What if they was all talking about the same people? Just different fucking names for it. Y'all get what I'm saying? And niggas want to debate about Anunnaki versus Neteru, and you don't know who either one of them are? You with me? So yeah. Nibiru is a craft that is a mother plane. According to your Bible, Revelation chapter 8, verse 11, it mentions a certain star turning all the waters bitter. It has been named Wormwood, and that is the movable throne called Merkaba. All right, Zabur, Psalms 118:5. When you look into the word, you see Mir, listen, Mir, which is the Kemetic way of saying pyramid. How many people learned that from me? Okay, you see who I got it from. And Kaaba, right, which is the Ashuric Syriac word for cube. Okay, so you got pyramid and cube when you say Merkaba. So there is an attempt to describe a cube-shaped object that is a tetrahedron as a pyramid moving across the skies. The only one who broke this down was Dr. York because they didn't know about the crystal field or magnetic field that was around Nibiru. They didn't know about that. So they were really trying to find out what he was saying because all they knew was what their telescope was showing them. And again, they only think it's one, but they finding out there are multiple ones. They really in trouble. That's why I said in my lyric that I haven't recorded yet, but y'all heard me say, so what about them governments who swear they running shit? What about that mothership? I say, y'all in danger. You with me? When I said in the song, we got shit that can blow out your solar system. You know what I mean? We ain't worried about y'all. I'm telling you something. It's going to all sound crazy until one day you walking outside and you literally can see the shit happening in real time where there's no more time for this, closure or no more time for something being hidden. It's only time for disclosure. Everybody every knee shall bow. And I told you what that means. When they mean every knee shall bow, they're not talking about worship. They say everybody going to walk outside and literally they're going to fall to their knees or they're going to faint. You with me? When they see what they see, what them skies have been cloaking or what your governments have been covering up with these clouds or why they don't want you to look directly into that sun that has that halo around it. Okay? I'm telling you, you motherfuckers are very wise. They know the signs. They know everything to look for. All right? Why they playing with the weather? Why they doing all the shit that Pops said to people they were going to do? You with me? So what do you say? Today is being today is being cited in the vicinity of Hale-Bopp. Exactly what I was just saying, right? What they said, is that behind Hellbop? Is that Nibiru? Exactly. So you know I ain't lying, right? They will say that wormwood is Hellbop. However, wormwood is actually Nibiru. It is 3 times the size of the planet Ta, Earth, thus making it too large to come into the Earth's atmosphere. Today, it would be explained as a shuttle that is self-sustaining and life-supporting. The crystal city comes from Nibiru, which is spoken about in Revelation chapter 3, verse 12, and 21, verse 2, called the New Jerusalem, or the kingdom of the Most High. All right, so after you stop saying all those spiritual terms, you have to make it make sense. If God's kingdom is coming to earth, that's a vehicle. You with me? And if that vehicle is coming to earth, then it has a destination, somebody driving it. So then it makes sense that the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of God, that's a seat, that's literally an assigned seat, is what I've taught people, right? There's people on the crafts that when they get off them crafts, they're going to say, yo, he going to dwell with his people and be with it. He can't dwell nowhere if he omnipresent, if he everywhere at all times. And if God's kingdom is omnipresent, right, then it wouldn't have to come to earth. You with me? And if it's coming to earth, then no matter wherever it was, it's no longer there. That's a vehicle. You know what I mean? It start making more sense. You say, damn, what is the government shooting at? Exactly. And they're going to try it. I'm telling you, listen, they're going to try it. They're trying it now. Okay, that's why they really don't have much time to focus on the foot soldiers anymore. They don't have much time now. They know they out of time. They know everything is running. They know everything he said was true. They know. They just don't want to tell you. Okay? But they're going to try to shoot God down. They're going to try to not just shoot him down. They're going to attempt to invade the city. They're going to attempt to invade heaven itself. Let me tell you what your government is planning. And I'm going to show you in the book of Revelation where it said they would plan it. Right? I'm telling you something. Because I put it in the Childish movie too. If you realize it, I'll be hiding gems. If you see me talk about Revelation 19:19, you got to ask yourself, why would I put that in a movie, a Childish movie, and the same movie I put Nibiru in? Okay? Exactly. Watch. I'm going to read this to you. Revelation 19. Okay? And after these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, hallelujah, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Lord our God. Right? For true and righteous are his judgments. For he hath judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and hath avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. Okay, they're not talking about no woman. They're talking about a system. Okay, hint, hint. A whole fucking system of not just one country. There's a whole bunch of them. All right? Great powers, or many horns, or many waters. And again they said, hallelujah, and her smoke rose up forever and ever. Do y'all understand what that means? Okay, let's read it one more time. After these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, hallelujah, salvation and glory and honor and power unto the Lord our God. For true and righteous are his judgment. For he hath judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and have avenged the blood of his servants at her hand. They're talking about a destruction. You got to pay attention. And again they said, hallelujah, and her smoke rose up forever and ever. That means everywhere you looked, you saw smoke. Everywhere you looked, you saw radiation fall out. Everywhere you looked, you saw holes in the ground. You hear me? They tell you that they laid waste to the kingdoms of this world. The angels did. And the 24 elders and the 4 beasts fell down and worshiped God that sat on the throne, saying, amen, hallelujah. And a voice came out of the throne saying, praise our God, all ye his servants, and ye that fear him, both small and great. And I heard, as it were, the voice of a great multitude, and as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thunderings, saying, hallelujah, for the Lord God omnipotent reigneth. All right, or omnipotent reigneth. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb, listen, it's come. One more time they said, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, the wedding of the Lamb. And his wife have made herself ready. Listen, you got to listen to what they actually saying. It's a parable. Okay, the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife has made herself ready. Okay, who was the bride? Who was the one that was prepared as a bride? The New Jerusalem. Okay, because we can read that too in Revelation 21. I hope you paid attention. All right, And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, glowing. Listen, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And he said unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. Listen, all right, blessings to all of y'all who are called to the wedding of the Lamb. All right. And he said unto me, these are the true sayings of God. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. Don't fall on your feet and worship me, or fall at my feet and worship me. I am thy fellow servant, all right, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus, worship God. Meaning what? Worship God. Listen, they tell you who to worship, not Jesus, not all of it. Listen, worship God, not Muhammad. No, the source. All right, that's who we come in the name of. Don't forget the source, the thing that's keeping you breathing. All right, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. All right, and I saw heaven opened and behold a white horse. Okay, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Okay, listen. All right, heaven opened, sky rolls back. There's a revelation. There's a white horse. That's a vehicle. Listen, a vehicle that's glowing, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. This is a commander. Listen, his eyes were as a flame of fire, lights on the craft. And on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Watch. And he was clothed with a vesture, all right, which is clothing, dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of God, all right, which is to say the Medunetta, by the way. Medunetta means Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. That looks like trouble, doesn't it? It looks like a whole bunch of vehicles coming into the earth from out of heaven, which means what? They're coming into the atmosphere. All right. Heaven is just another way to say outer space. Are you with me? So they were coming into the atmosphere. Watch this. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God. Okay, so out of his mouth goes a sharp sword, okay, which is a weapon. Are you listening? So they're describing crafts. They talk about it many different times. They have the ability to destroy things like Sodom and Gomorrah and Ad and Thamud and all different places. Okay, with these things they call blast weapons in the Quran. All right, these are weapons. A sword coming out of your mouth, fire coming out of your mouth, bullets, okay, raining down. You with me? And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. All right, meaning this, I told you, it's a commander. This nigga ain't come to play. All right. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God. All right. That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. They're going to destroy everything. All right. And the only ones who would have probably been left to feed would have been the ones who were in the skies, who are the vultures. All right. Who at one point in time was said to be beautiful birds. OK, but because they didn't help the Anunnaki find Abel's body. Abel's body was lost when Cain killed him. Abel, who was called Habil. All right. When Kabil killed Habil, they was like, yo, we need help finding the body. And the birds that were called the vultures and the ravens wouldn't help. They wouldn't help the body get found. So they cursed them to be birds who fly around dead bodies. But they didn't always look like that, and they didn't always have that job. At least that's what the story is. You know what I mean? And it was one of the dogs that they sent as an undercover dog that helped them find Abel's body so he can get a proper burial. Because every time they tried to hide the body and bury the body, the earth kept spitting Abel back up. Because it wasn't a proper burial, right? Boom. So and I saw the beast, listen, and the kings of the earth, All right. This is, you want to know when this happened? This happened in the year 2020 when they told y'all they were going to shut the world down. No, your governments went on recess and they were gathering with each other because they said that they saw a threat. NASA was even speaking about it amongst themselves. How do I know? There was somebody who had a cousin who worked at NASA when they were, telling everybody that they had switched it up the subway routes and you had to catch the bus a different type of way and all kind of stuff was going on. So I was catching the MARTA at that time. And I was standing outside waiting on one of the buses, and one of the guys came up to me and said, yo, I just want to talk to you, bro. Like, hey, you know what's really going on out here? It was a street nigga. He wasn't one of them conscious community niggas, a street nigga, right? He was like, yo, he said, I got a cousin work at NASA, bro. He talking about some alien shit, bro. They talking about they found a big ass craft in space, and he said all the government's gonna try to go to war with it. Like all the government's gonna join forces and they gonna try to go to war. He said, bro, it's some alien shit, bro. Like, he was trying to talk to me like he obviously he didn't know me because he was saying like I wouldn't believe him. You know what I mean? He's like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, I'm not trying to get too, you know what I'm saying, deep on it, but nigga, it's some alien shit going on. My cousin worked for NASA, bro. Like, he was breaking the whole shit down. And he said they all was going on recess, right? And they was going to meet up. And there was some meetings they was talking about so that they could prepare to find out how they can go to war with whoever and whatever vehicle or vehicles they done found. You with me? All right, so watch this. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies, listen, armies, there's a war, gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So they just told you these beings are coming from outer space into the earth. And these people were prepared to make war to, hold on, I don't know whoever, listen, y'all talking too much, okay? I'm talking, and there's a lot of fucking comments coming through at one time, so I can't monitor if you're saying some bullshit. So I'm turning that shit off, all right? And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. You want to know where you can see this as a movie? The movie Independence Day. Go watch Independence Day, specifically Resurgence, where there's a woman president, look like Kamala Harris, right? And she was talking about we're stronger together. Same thing Reagan was talking about at one point in time when they thought it was going to have to be that war back then, right? So what I said, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he decided them that had received the mark of the beast. No, he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. Meaning what? This didn't happen when niggas died and they gone to hell. They said they cast them alive. Are you with me? So if you cast people alive into a lake of fire, that is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, some type of nuclear weapon. All right? Same thing they showed you in the movie Noah at the end, where that fire was a lake rushing across like a tsunami. All right? All of these civilizations. And to me, that's a beautiful thing, because if and when we get to that point, it was time. I've already seen it. They show me visions of it. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing because, well, look, that's God then. Ain't nobody above that judgment. Nobody can do anything to delay it. Nobody can do anything. Same thing they said in the Quran. They said when we make our mind, I told you I got to read the Quran because the angels was popping their shit. The angels, them extraterrestrial people was they were letting y'all know, bro, these folk don't run shit. They said when it's time for us to destroy a civilization, we destroy that shit and nobody can bring it forth early and nobody can delay it. You with me? I'm telling y'all got to pay attention. They really told the stories. And now we look at it, the government's talking about it, everybody's speaking about it now. So I just wanted to point that out because you find that in, the Revelation book. Okay, so boom, he said what? It will be explained as a shuttle, okay. The crystal city comes, from the crystal city comes smaller passenger crafts called Shems. All right, Shems. Some call them Shin. Shin. All right, so you got Shems. Like I was talking to you about the other day, I said these are called Shams. Shin, all right? Shams means up there, all right? Or high up. Like you say the word Shama, it means high up, okay? or higher place, high place. On June 26, 2003 AD, Nibiru will be entering near the asteroid belt on its normal route of 25,920 years, which the elders call Am. Okay, now watch this. He gave you a time period. He said June 26, 2003. Now let's listen to Dr. York, final message. Interestingly enough, they called it the final message, and you didn't really hear nothing from him after that. They didn't want y'all to hear from him after that. But people were still recording conversations, so he'd been talking. People just didn't want to hear his voice. Right? Let's see.
But I am not over them, I am not their chief. There are many Nawapis. I am not the chief or leader of all Nawapis. There's Nawapis all over the place. Hello? Yes. Yes, is this Mr. Malachi Z. York? This is McCool, Chief Black Thunderbird Eagle, Chief of the American Native American Moors of the Creek Nation. I am presently incarcerated in Jones County Jail. It is March the 2nd, 2004, and I'm making this tape to clear up some discrepancies in our tribe, the American Native American Moors of the Creek Nation. Okay, now, do I have permission to tape this interview? Yes, you have permission to tape my interview. Okay, and to make it publicly known what I'm saying. Okay, there are some CDs circulating with other interviews and other conversations that you've done. What is your position on that? Well, what happened initially, we did these interviews, and I was talking to people from the Atlanta gossip, and I gave them permission at first, and then the lawyer told us, stop, don't put that out because it could be used against us. And so I told them, I spoke directly to her Bodie, and I spoke to her father, and I told them,
So no, I'm telling y'all what he's saying. I never heard this in my life. I promise. I never heard this. So it wasn't Atlanta gossip. It was Georgia gossip. Right? Geor, Gia, yeah, Geor, Gia. And I used to listen to that when I was like 7 or 6 years old. It was my Aunt Tara who had that show, Tara Bodie, who was called Don Nicoleone, right? So he said Atlanta gossip, but it was called Georgia gossip, and he spoke about he just mentioned Tara Bodie, and he mentioned who he called her Tara Bodie, so it's Tara Bodie, and she don't call herself Bodie, she say Body. She'll get on your ass real quick about that. She said I ain't no damn Bodie, it's Body. Okay, so Tara Body or Tara Bodie, right? And he mentioned her father. I never heard this before, so I feel like I was supposed to stumble across it. I never heard him say this, but this is clear as day. Like I just mentioned her, and now he talking about her. But y'all, I told y'all that, right? Remember I told y'all that. I said if anybody really know, those of us who synced up with Pop, like you'll be just got through talking about some shit, and then you'll play something, and he'll be backing you up on it. Or you'll just got through talking about some shit, you open a book randomly, and you open right to the page where he like backing you up on the shit. You feel me? That's only the ones who psychically inclined. And I only got a minute left now, I guess. They said I gotta cut it off. So maybe we'll come back and hear what else he gotta say. Well, let me see where he's going.
With other interviews and other conversations that you've done, what is your position on that? Well, what happened initially, we did these interviews, and I was talking to people from the Atlanta gossip, and I gave them permission at first, and then the lawyer told us, stop, don't put that out because it could be used against us. And so I told them, I spoke directly to her Bodie, and I spoke to her father, and I told them do not put the tapes out. She promised me over the telephone she would not release these tapes. And about a couple of days later, I started receiving letters from different people from Tennessee and different states where they said they heard the tape, they liked the tape, this is good that I made the tape. And I called her and she told me again she hadn't put the tape out. Then I heard from another person a letter that the tape was on, some of the tape was on the internet. And they put it up there with hip-hop music behind it, so I called again. I told her, she said, she promised me again. I said, not about a money thing, right? Because at first she was going to put it out here. I figured it would help her paper and get started because she was trying to get the Atlanta gossip started. We've been friends for a long time, so I figured I could trust her. And I said, well, you can